Mm. Oh my God. It's time for Midnight Fucking Metal. But first, a few words from our sponsors. Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch the Designing Hollywood podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, or find the video version on YouTube. That's right, the Designing Hollywood podcast. Why would you ever want to miss it? Especially if you love the movies. And if you live in Boca Raton, Florida...
dance in a tango contest?
A dancing teacher wants to tango with you?
Critics are raving about Tango Shalom. It's clever and inventive, with right chemistry on and off the dance floor.
You're a lunatic!
A funny and thoughtful family film with a warm heart and a playful spirit. From the director of My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, that's my Fernando.
Tango Shalom, in select theaters this weekend.
Hello, and welcome to Midnight Metal. Robert Meyer Burnett and Dave Parker, they're fucking metal. Midnight Metal, Midnight Metal, Midnight Metal.
We are all goof people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls from across these, the 28 known galaxies. I am your host, Robert Meyer Burnett, and it is time for Midnight Metal, episode 53. Can you believe this fakakta show has been on for 53 nights? Well, if you don't believe it, allow me to introduce you to my co-host, Mr. David fucking Parker. Dave, welcome to Midnight Metal, Midnight Metal. How are you, Dave?
Rob, I am great. I was gone last week. I missed your best shows that you've ever done.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you rub it in. Rub it in.
But I did listen to some of it. What I like to call them as you always say, the Friday shows are the more intellectual, which makes sense since I'm on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we're more fucking hardcore, bruh.
But you had a twofer last week, and I apologize to everyone for having to listen to Midnight Metal, the NPR version.
Wow!
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 And
Wow!
What was really exciting was that you got a sponsor with the NPR version of Weston's Soda Biscuits. Whenever you're having a nice lukewarm tea, have Weston's biscuits while you listen
Dave,
to Metal NPR.
I just didn't understand how you took it personally. Wow, I had no idea that. I thought Lael, and I thought we did a great job. By the way, it's like Valeris in Star Trek VI. They can only succeed you. They can't replace you, Dave.
Rob, you just mentioned the two words you're not supposed to mention.
God damn it! You may. Oh my God! I did it, didn't I?
I guess you're gonna have to take a drink.
Okay. You know what I mentioned? Star Trek. Oh wait.
Just take a long.
Star Trek.
All right, stop that now.
Just kidding. By the way, you know what?
I'm not going to mention the name. I'm not going to mention the words. But
I've got a Jedi Knight right here.
But you don't have William Shatner, who is going into outer space, and that's pretty
on the
fucking wild.
by the way, in 2 days.
In 2 days.
2 days.
How incredible! Let's hope he doesn't implode.
I think he's not going to implode, Dave. So okay, I have to ask you.
Yes.
Have you seen No Time to Die?
No. Nope. Don't know when.
Did you not have time to see No Time to Die?
No, I didn't. I am suffering from this very strange paranoia now, which is pandemic paranoia, where I'm still.
You sound a little low. Can you bring up your volume a little bit? I want to know all about pandemic paranoia.
I did.
Are you watching too much Fox News?
How's that? Better?
All right, give me a little bit more of your dulcet tones, Dave.
You want a little more?
There you go.
There
See,
we go.
you know
All right.
what? Now there's the punch that I know that is Dave Parker.
Yeah.
So tell me all about your
Pandemic
pandemic paranoia. What is all that?
It's funny. I've been vaccinated, and look, I know there's a lot of people who aren't getting vaccinated for their various reasons, and look, I respect that. And fucking California is making it very difficult if you are not. And I don't.
Dude,
think
last
that-
night
I-
or 2 nights ago, Zoe Trope, we were taking her out for her 21st birthday. We had reservations at a bar planned, and on the 7th, the vaccination orders went into effect, and they would not let us in. I'm vaxxed, and they wouldn't let us in.
No, I think the thing is, I heard that it was happening in November 7th. That's when the theaters and bars and venues and stuff. So I don't.
Oh
know.
no, it was October 7th.
Oh,
and we couldn't get our crunk on, but thank you to the Blind Donkey in Pasadena. We went there, we had a good time, and I, of course, busted out my rendition of Barry Manilow's Copacabana. Her name was Lola. It's not metal, but my God,
No,
my
it's
rendition is. I've done it 1,000 times, literally. But you know what? I've
no,
made
we
it
used
metal.
we used to bust that out at Lola's.
We did at Lola's. Yeah, we did.
They really loved it when that happened. Really, really loved it.
Dave, everyone loved it when it happened. My God. I mean, it wasn't like Darling Nikki or...
It's funny that you mentioned a blind donkey. I saw one in Arizona. It was crazy.
Oh, you did? Okay. I thought that was only in Mexico.
No, you've had many blind donkey experiences, but let's not get into that right now.
It's like the Ebony Maw in Infinity War.
Oh, you mean that CGI thing? Right. Gotcha.
Wow.
I'll take some practical effects. Some good old practical makeup and shit like that. I think. And they could have done that practical. They could have. The technology.
It's still cool. I mean,
if they had hired Rick Baker, they could have done that.
Say what you want. I mean,
look, I love the Infinity and the End game as much as you.
I do. I mean, I do. I love the Infinity and the End game.
I do too.
So Dave, we have a great guest. I gotta hand it to you. I've had many people write me and call me and tell me, they're like, because I always give you credit. You're the one that has booked the guests on the show. You always find incredible guests to come on the show. Now tell us a little bit about tonight's guest.
Okay, tonight's guest is Josh Wagg.
Josh Wagg.
I discovered him because
who's metal as fuck, by the way.
He's way more. The thing is, he is way more metal than either one of us is.
Way more than either one of us.
I mean,
decidedly more metal.
He will wipe the floor with us with his metal.
Well, I hope not. That's why we're doing this. We're broadcasting. In the same room, he would just kick my ass.
Oh, easily. He wouldn't even have to try.
No.
For either one of us, it would be like.
But he's the American Ninja Metal fucking he will kick your fucking ass.
Josh Wagg is, he is either named himself the Death Metal Ninja, and I discovered his story on Instagram, but he competed in this season's American Ninja Warrior, which I thought was really interesting, and it was like, we try to get bands. We've obviously gotten a lot of our friends who
Chaosium. We didn't know you got Mr. Smile from Chaosium to come on the show.
Yes, and they got a new single coming out
I know.
October 29th. October.
I saw. Is that the cover
29th.
you posted? Because that was a dope cover.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah, it is. They have a great artist.
Yeah.
Pat Finch, how dare you? I am not the king of the casting couch. Don't put that fucking rumor out there. That
Hey, you know what? Even if you are, Dave, nothing wrong as long as you leave them smiling.
depends, I guess, in what year you're in.
Well, no, I would say
right
that
now.
the casting couch is only the way you leave it. I prefer the Dan Savage campground philosophy. I like to leave the campground better than it was when I got there. So
yes.
when my casting couch is full, I just make sure that everyone leaves with a smile on their face. No, I'm just kidding.
No casting couch. None.
No. By the way,
But
nobody.
I've had a really good track record of casting my lead actresses.
And they're great.
Almost all of them have gone on to much bigger things and forgotten about me completely.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this, Dave. You know what I always say? Look, it's really better if you want to have an affair with your lead actor or actress, wait till the movie's done and you can make sure it's real. Don't ever. There's no physical transaction that's never good. It's never good for the movie. It's not good for you. And if you fall in love, wait till after the movie's done.
No love, Dr. Jones.
No love, Dr. Jones. No. By the way, that would be canceled.
Yeah,
Short round would be canceled.
No time for love.
No
Dr.
time for
Jones.
love.
But where were we going? Josh. Back to
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
Back to our guy.
And
So
now, back to Josh.
first, a message from our sponsor, Weston's Soda Biscuits. No. Oh wait, that's last night's show. Sorry.
What the fuck is that about? Well, I don't even know what you're saying.
Didn't you ever?
Dude, I don't watch that shit. Come on. I only watch good stuff. It is amazing. I'm sure it's... look, I'll tell you one thing. I know. Dude, do you know... okay. Wait, was that dropped? Did I do that? I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait, hang on. I was just trying to set up the show. Wait. Oh, sorry.
No,
No, I didn't mean to drop you. I'm sorry I did that. I didn't mean to do that, Dave.
I'm like Tim Curry in Legend now. I'm Darkness.
Oh my
Oh wait,
God.
and now they say they can't hear me.
Yeah, well, they can hear you now. Just so you know, they can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? You've got the deepest part of me, Dave.
Can you hear me now?
Sorry.
Let's see. Wait. All right. I think we're catching up to you guys. Remember, there's a delay.
No.
I should remember. There's a delay. Not that we ever censor ourselves here. But Josh, I reached out to Josh just randomly. Like I started following him because.
Wait, you just reached out to some rando Facebook dude?
No, Instagram dude.
Yeah, I mean Instagram dude.
No, here's
you
the
didn't
thing.
know him.
No, I didn't know him. I started following him because he was on American Ninja Warrior, which is a show that I do enjoy watching.
Sure.
It's like one of my favorite shows is Survivor because I love the competition part, not so much the soap opera.
No, it's a good show. No, I understand.
But I love the competition stuff. So American Ninja Warrior gets rid of all that stuff. But when I saw this guy called the Death Metal Ninja, and
who doesn't like? I mean, that's metal as fuck, dude. That's where Josh gets his metal as fuck name, Death Metal Ninja. Come on.
And he is very much into death metal, and he's going to school us on.
I would hope so.
To listen to. But yeah, so I was just like, so we were we traded messages back and forth from his post and my post and everything else, and then I just reached out and said, "Look, man, I do this thing. I don't know if you'd be interested." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Awesome, great." So that's why he's on. I thought this would be, I'm always trying to find different people from different worlds.
I know. I mean, I have to say that you've brought us, I mean, from Jeffrey Reddick, the creator of the Final Destination franchise, to Mr. Smile from Chaosium. I mean, you've done a fine job getting us great guests on this show. I would say that I will give you full credit that you, sir, have you've made Midnight Metal what it is. It's all you, Dave.
I mean, it's just, it's exciting, and I think this is only going to help us grow. And the fact of the matter is, I hope that we're going to be able to get even bigger, not bigger, but more guests and more important people, and who don't work on NPR.
By the way, I'm not the grown-up butters. Fuck all y'all. Right?
You know what Rob is? I have to share this. Rob, you're known as the Viceroy of Verisimilitude.
Viceroy of Verisimilitude, yeah.
You're also known as the
Douchebag.
The Duke of Dope Discourse.
Dope Discourse, yes.
Well,
Uh-oh, here it comes. Lay it on me, Dave.
last night,
Uh-oh.
which I was in the chat for just a tiny little bit, Thizlamic, I hope I'm saying that right, gave you a new nom de plume.
Oh, lay it on me.
The Lord of Libations.
I will take that. My God, somebody, I need fan art. The Lord of Libations is in the effing house, bruh.
I picture a very Thor.
Well, especially the what if Thor,
drawing.
the party Thor,
party Thor,
who,
yes,
who
the party
parties
Thor.
on entire planets.
Yes.
The Lord of Libations. I love that. That
know
sounds
what-
to me like a
and
Clive
know
Barker
what-
movie waiting to happen, Dave.
Yeah, and whoever does the artwork, you have to use the Lord of Illusions font.
Oh my
Lord
God,
of Libations.
faux show. The Lord of Libations has to be. I mean, I am Harry fucking D'Amour. Come on.
Or Harry Mudd.
No, Harry D'Amour. If I'm the Lord of Libations, no, because Harry Mudd has been tainted. Rainn Wilson. Hey, you know what, Rainn? I appreciate you got the job, but you are not Roger C. Carmel. Just so I'm saying.
Hey, Liquid Blake, the Colonel of Cunnilinguists.
The Colonel of Cunnilinguists. Hey, you know what? Every woman that I've ever been with can tell you that's true. Just saying.
Liquid Blake, what did you?
No one will ever tell you that I didn't do the job.
What'd you do? The sad thing is, Josh is probably watching right now and like, nope, not gonna.
Joshua
be on this
Levesque.
show. Josh Wagg will be like, nope, not on this.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he'd come on. I mean, look, we didn't bring this stuff up. We are. By the way, for those of you who don't know, let me just say that look at what Dave Parker does. When we have a guest, Dave makes, I think, the most metal as fuck. This is great artwork, Dave. I mean, I would say you do a really, really, really good job because it symbolizes, it not only honors our guests, but it also symbolizes everything that what Midnight Metal is all about in one image. So by God, Dave Parker, let me just say, I might be the cunning linguist? What was I?
The Lord of Libations.
The Lord of Libations. I like the linguist part, but you, my friend, you are the artist of. I need to come up with a name.
Yeah.
The artist of. I want to say the artist of arachnophobia, but that doesn't work.
No, it really doesn't.
You're the metal anvil artist of awesomeness. You're the
anvil of artists.
The anvil of awesomeness. Oh. That's what it is. The anvil of awesomeness, and it'll be you forging like you'll be smashing a piece of metal. The anvil. You are the anvil,
the blacksmith of something.
Yeah. Right. That's what it is.
The blacksmith of brutality. That's not very sexy.
I know, but
you got kind of linguists and libations, and
I have to say, I spent a long time perfecting my talents in that the cunning linguist area.
Practice makes perfect.
And everyone's different, so you have to. The more practice you can get on, the more different milieux.
Yes.
And by the way, if you have a passport, it's even better. Just saying.
Oh yeah, even better.
Oh yeah.
No, I wish. I do the Photoshop stuff and do that stuff for fun, and it's a cool way to hopefully like the guests like go, oh shit, this is legit.
It is. Well, then they watch the show.
Right, and then they come on, and then they're like, oh.
Yeah, what is this show we're doing?
I'll throw our interviews toe to toe with anyone else who does them.
No, I would say this. I mean, I think everyone who comes on the show has a good time, they feel it was worth their while. Because don't you think so? Haven't you ever?
Yes.
You've only got positive feedback, right?
Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, I have. The funny thing is, you get much more feedback than I do. I don't get that much. I get what.
But you book the guests.
I only look at the. And I guess the feedback is good because the people that I wasn't already friends with, now I am friends with and talk to on regular occasion.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about collaborating together and working on stuff, which is very exciting.
It is. It is. I mean,
And
I think that's the great thing about what YouTube provides. The forum that we have is that we can meet people from around the world and collaborate with people we would normally have never met. I mean, look, I do a show, Dieter Bastian, and I didn't know Dieter. I asked him, he was a viewer of this channel. I'm like, hey, Dietz, can you get me the 4K version of Rollerball? And he did, and now we're doing a show.
Right. So you just use him for his, hookup on discs.
No.
Okay,
that's not what I meant.
You're just using Dieter as your cipher.
Wow.
4Ks.
Louis Safier. What are you saying? No, I don't do that. I mean, I'll tell you what happened today. You know what happened today?
You call him a trash panda.
No, he calls himself a trash panda.
Oh, well, then.
Look, man, I don't call anybody anything. I mean, the great thing about this is I'm the Lord of Libations because someone else, a viewer, called me that.
Yes.
I'm not going to walk around and call myself something. I'm not the existential Mr. Rogers because I decided to call myself that.
But you have
Someone else did.
Never mind just the artwork. You have to make a T-shirt that says just the Lord of Libations.
Dude, I love it. I love that. But Dave, the rule of this channel is if you want to call me a name and call me what you want, if you make me a piece of artwork, if someone makes me a Lord of Libations artwork, and by the way, it has to be great. It can't be like some half-ass bullshit. If you make me a piece of artwork, I'll put it on the show, and I'll call myself the Lord of Libations. All the names that people hang on me have been bequeathed to me by the viewers, and that's why they're great because it's other people's. Like, look, Tom Jr. Jackson, we are all goof people. Might be my favorite typo of all time.
But you know what?
I know you're gonna say it. Look, man, I'm telling you, I love it.
When I see that, when I hear it, this is what I hear. We're all doof people because it's way more metal.
Okay, if we're all doof, we're the fucking doof warrior. Fuck.
That's exactly.
Yes, I'm with you. But I gotta say, like, I think one of the more surprising people of this community that I've met and become friends with is Tom Jr. Jackson. He's a delightful guy who he's overcome personal, physical things in his life, and every time I talk to him, the guy puts a smile on my face. And I know he didn't mean to do it. It was a typo. He meant to say we're all good people.
But you got to run. Yeah, but you got to run with that shit,
dude. We are all goof people, and you know what I don't like? I don't like when people are like, Rob, we're all goof people. That thing's old. I'm like, no, it's never.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten people. I'm surprised you haven't gotten people protesting it. What, you're calling us all goofy fucking people? How dare you?
I know. It's like, well, what are you saying? No, the whole point is, I think we're all self-effacing.
I mean, look at the voice that you're making.
Oh my God, Rob! You're an enabler. You're telling goof people. Why do you do this? Goof people are up in arms. They're up in arms about you.
Hey, did you watch the boxing match, Ray Valero? I did. Pretty fucking good.
I did not. I was out here. I did not watch it. You know what? Look, can we talk about Russell Wilson for a minute? I know, Dave, you're asking yourself.
Russell Wilson.
Who is Russell Wilson?
Who?
Russell Wilson is the goddamn quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. He's out for 6
that's right.
games.
I know. Yeah, that's sad. I was talking to Darren Scott last night while the show was on, and he was talking about that too.
By the way, I love
Sad.
Darren Scott.
Sad.
Might be one of my most favorite. I mean, you're a favorite person of mine. I think I only have my favorite people are on 5 fingers. Darren Scott is definitely up there. As far as
Well, Elizabeth
people go,
at least gets 2 fingers, right? Elizabeth gets at least 2
sure.
fingers, right?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't count. I mean, you know what I mean. Come on now. I mean, you know.
2 fingers at least.
The shocker. Yeah. So 80s. Come on now. Dave, let me ask you a question. To be honest.
Yeah.
Do you know who might be here right now? Our guest.
I have a guest. Yeah, no, perfect. I told him to get here a little early, just so he could,
you know,
figure
he
this
might be looking at us thinking, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
out. He's like,
I mean, he could. So, should I just bring him on? Like, we could wait until like 12:30, and be one of those people. Like, well, it's part of a news segment. You're going to be on from 12:30 to 12:33. I think if we have a guest, somebody who could kick both of our asses.
We'll get at least 3 more minutes with our guest before he has to go to bed. Because guys, it's 3:30 where he is almost. So.
Well, okay, and I don't know him. Like, and you're some rando dude that found him on Instagram. Like, he's probably thinking to himself,
really
like, what the fuck am I? Why am I on the show? Like, if I were him, I'd be like, I could kick both of these guys' asses with my hands behind my back, and yet I agreed to come on their fakakta YouTube show, Midnight Metal. What the fuck is that? I'm like, I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna actually, because I'm curious. I want to know what you said to him to make him realize that he should come on the show. Like, I don't know. I'm curious.
I lied a lot.
You lied a lot. Well, okay. Well, that's great. You did direct a movie, though. You told him that, right?
No,
you know, you directed a movie for Joel Silver.
Actually, I did not. I didn't talk about anything that I've done.
You didn't tell him that you directed a movie for the guy who produced Die Hard?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Come on, man.
What the fuck did you? Why would you not tell him that? Why? Hey, bruh, I directed a movie for Joel Silver. You didn't tell him that? Well, you know what? We're gonna find out
Josh,
what you did tell him
for Joel Silver.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all of you, however you identify across the 28 known galaxies, please put your hands together and give a Midnight Metal welcome to someone he could kick my ass through the screen. I'm so scared. Josh Wagg. Welcome, sir. Josh, welcome to Midnight fucking Metal, bro. Dude, are you feeling fucking metal tonight?
Dude, I'm feeling something, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. You were right in. Is that a gold record? Did you record a gold record?
No, I did not. Let me show if I can show you this.
This is how metal he is, dude.
That's from just basically sitting in line and waiting for Trivium to
Wow.
at an album release party here in Orlando.
Which is a great band.
Fuck yeah. First of all, Josh, let me ask you this. First of all,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Man, absolutely.
We are honored to have you.
Man,
now, first of all, where do you come from? Where are you coming? I mean, not like you came from your mom, I know, but I mean in general, like where do you hail from in the world?
I am a Florida boy.
Florida boy.
I was born in Ocala, but I've been all over the place. Been honestly all over this hemisphere for my entire life, just all over the place.
Okay, I've never met a ninja
but
warrior ever.
You're now in Orlando, mainly.
Correct.
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
Orlando.
That's why I did the Haunted Mansion lighting for you, man.
Yeah.
Josh, I mean, I need you to take us through your journey.
Well,
how did you become a ninja warrior?
So this was probably about three and a half years ago. I remember my dad and my older sister, we used to watch American Ninja Warrior all the time. We used to watch it when it was Sasuke on G4, if you guys remember that.
Oh, I remember G4.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Chris Gore has been on this channel.
Yep. So I used to watch that. And when Ninja Warrior was really getting popular, my dad just kind of sat down with me one day. He's like, I feel like you'd be really good at that. He's like, you're climbing on stuff. You've always just been someone who kind of likes doing those kind of activities. And I'm like, maybe you're right. So at the time, I used to commute down to Orlando from Ocala and do a delivery route. I used to actually deliver blood specimens for our local VA clinics.
Okay, that's fucking metal.
And it was metal. I always thought
Bloody
about
metal.
a car accident. Like what? There'd be like 40 people's blood around me. They're like, what the hell happened here? Like that's
Wow.
crazy. But no, I used to commute down to Orlando every day, and when I was down there, I was like, well, let me just look and see if I can find something that, might have some kind of gym associated with that. I didn't really know that there were Ninja Warrior gyms. I kind of just thought like, well,
Neither did I.
probably practice it, like swinging on anything. So I Googled it, and I found one gym. I went in, they just looked at me like, here. Like I definitely didn't belong there. And
Well, they didn't know you like your dad did.
No, they had no idea. I just kind of walked in, just this scrawny, Gumby-looking kid, like just super long arms, like just they looked at me like, oh, no, you don't belong here. Like this is not the place for you. And I asked them, I'm like, look, I want to get into Ninja Warrior. I want to try some things out. And they're like, you should go to this other place. I'm like, okay. So they gave me.
Wow, they turned you away?
They turned me away.
Wow.
Like as someone who is in business, like that's not something you do.
I mean, you're coming and asking for help.
Literally,
And they turned you away.
I'm wanting to be there with you. I don't know what you are. This is your opportunity to sell me, but they don't do that.
Can I just say, fuck those people? Fuck them.
Basically, well, they're closed now. So
Yeah,
There's
see?
a reason why, Josh.
Yep.
You are the reason why, sir.
They ended up closing down, but at that time they're like, hey, you should check out this place. Some people from this gym actually transferred over there, and they're starting this place out. It's just Ninja Warrior. And I'm like, okay. So I drive over there that day, and I walk inside, and I meet a guy named RJ Roman. I don't know, Dave, if you've seen him before. He's been on the show about 4 years now.
Yep.
He has long hair like me, fully tatted. Like he's super good.
There's not a lot of those type of people on the show,
There
so yeah, so it pops a little bit.
So I went in, I walked up, and I see someone that looks like me, and I'm like, all right, I feel like this could work. And ever since then, I've been working with him, and he's been one of my best friends in the sport since I started. And I would definitely not be doing it if he weren't showing me the ropes. I still work with him now. I work at that same gym. It's called Obstacle Ninja Academy, and I work with him now. It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Well, now, I'm curious. Like, you can't, as a kid, when you're growing up, you're like, one day I'm going to become a ninja warrior. So when you finally found a gym to help you, how did you begin the journey? Like, take us through your journey to the show. Like, what was like the first day? I'm curious. Like, it was Mr. Miyagi there? Are you doing like some kind of crane thing? Like, how do you start?
So what's hilarious was I was probably like their second member. Like they had literally just opened. Had like if you've looked at Muscle Beach where they have the rings set up where you can kind of
Yeah.
One time they had those set up. They had like monkey bars. They had a rock wall along the back, and there wasn't much more than that. Like it was just a real small little warehouse space.
Did they test you? They're like, okay, kid, you
Go
prove it.
through this course.
Yeah, prove it to us. What'd you have to do?
So it really was just like I walked in. I took like one day where I worked with RJ, and he showed me how to like kind of go over the rings, how to do rock climbing, climbing just normal bars, like swinging from bar to bar. And I kind of picked it up. I really liked it. They had a warped wall there. I got up on like the second try or something like that. And From that, I was just like, okay, I want to do this more. What do we do? He's like, well, you can just come in for open gyms whenever you have it, and then we'll have classes at certain times. You can come to those too, and
Wow. Okay.
it's just come on, work with me. And he was pretty much the only trainer there, so anytime that I would go in, it would just be like me and him, maybe one other person, that we would just kind of work one-on-one for a little while. And it wasn't easy at first because
Right.
I was, this was, I think I went there when I was 21. Yeah, I think I was 21 when I went in there, and I was just riddled with self-confidence issues and just a very angry in general. And I didn't want to be around people. I don't know. It was just not something I felt comfortable with at the start. But, just over time, kind of spending time with him and being around the type of person that is like me and is doing this, I'm like, oh, well, I want to do that. I want to be a part of this world with him.
Now that's an interesting. I mean, for you to know that about yourself, is that
At a very young age. too,
yeah, that's a very cool thing. Like understanding, today we live in a world where so many people are riddled with anxiety. I was listening to an article on or a story on NPR about Facebook and Instagram,
Really?
and
NPR,
how
Rob?
people. What's that? Yeah,
Really?
thanks,
NPR?
Dave.
Were you taking notes
Yeah, great.
for the Friday show?
Give me a hard time about NPR.
Were you taking
But I
notes for
mean,
the
yeah,
Friday
yeah.
show?
Jesus Christ! Look,
Was RM
man,
listening with you?
it's but look, Josh brings up something that I think
No,
is
no, it is actually important. Sorry.
no, it is, and a lot of people like Facebook was weaponizing the fact that a lot of people on Instagram are riddled with self-doubt. So my question, Josh was self-aware enough to know that he was riddled with self-doubt, and starting working. How did you conquer that?
Just telling yourself to go in. That's honestly the hardest part, is just being there. So, because at that stage, I was probably maybe 140 pounds. Like, I was just a really small kid. Like, I didn't really know how to do anything. I was just very awkward and lanky, and I don't know, like, nothing really felt right to me, but some of this stuff just kind of came quickly. So when I saw that I could pick up on things, it kind of helped me get into it a little bit more. But, even after I'd been there for a while, it was still going in there with other people in there. I'm like, people are watching me. And I think that's something that people have with just working out in a gym in general.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And they're like, everybody's watching me. Everybody is watching me, and they're watching me do this incorrectly, and they think that I'm doing this wrong, and they're laughing at me. And honestly, the truth is, like, no one really cares. Everybody else is watching themselves. They're watching themselves in the mirror. They're thinking probably the exact same thing that you are.
But how long did it take you to realize that?
Honestly, quite a while. So I probably trained there for about a year. And I actually ended up moving to St. Pete. So I actually met my girlfriend, get this, at a Trivium show.
Nice.
I was like, if I meet someone at a metal show, I feel like that's a pretty good indicator that we'll hit it off pretty well.
Since you brought this up, what was your opening line?
We're going to jump back to that story.
Okay,
finish
yeah.
the gym story. Finish the.
Yeah, sorry, because I want to know about what you said to her. But
Yeah,
we'll go back to that.
It's a whole story too. But no, I met her. I ended up moving to St. Pete. So I was obviously much farther away from that ninja gym. I didn't really go as much as I should have. There was a ninja gym in St. Pete, but I was still in that, kind of just very anxious type of mentality where I didn't want to go to that other gym because I didn't know anybody. It messed with me for about a year. So for about a year there, I wasn't training as hard or as much, and I wasn't really going. But then I eventually ended up moving back with my girlfriend, and it was a whole lot closer again. I was able to get a little bit more, see my friends, work out with them, and just being in the gym with people that I knew, with people that are working on the same things as I am, it really just helped me relax understand that it's okay to suck at something as long as you're trying to be better at it. And people honestly are working on the same thing. Like everybody is doing the exact same thing as you are. They're trying to get better. They're trying to work on their same things. And you can share that experience with someone else because they're going through the same thing. And that helped a lot. That was a big, big thing.
But so I'm curious. I mean, now that you're going to the gym, the transition, a lot of people like go to gyms to do, but you wound up on a show.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious about that. I mean, you just said you were a scrawny kid. You walk into a gym, people are like, why are you here? And you made this transition from.
What I'm curious about too is, was that even a goal at the time to be?
Yeah.
What was the show even like the show it is now at that time, or was it just like, I have fun doing this? I know it's training, of course, but what was that a goal at the time?
Yeah.
Was it even a show at the time that you could go after?
Totally.
So it honestly just started off as something that I thought I would really enjoy. And meeting RJ Roman, he had been on the show. That was his first year that I met him. He was on the preview. And talking to him about it, what happened, like how he enjoyed it. He was like, dude, it was just the best thing ever. Like, I had so much fun. I met all these people. It was such a crazy experience. You should watch this video. I'll show you like what I did. It was like, that wasn't my thought going in, but after watching him, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that's what I want to do.
I love that.
Can you just a little bit of, because this is kind of your main thing now, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So what is it that doing this, this type of training and competing, what's that give you, inside? I mean, what does that feed you?
So honestly, one of the things growing up was I felt that I didn't really have anything that I was good at. There was never anything growing up. Like, I was never good at sports. I was never athletic. Like, I wasn't good at school. Like, I was a C student. Like, I was just kind of just average for a really long time. And this is one thing that I picked up really quickly and that I actually enjoyed doing. And I was like, so this is what people are talking about when they say that, like, they found their passion. I'm like, I never had that before with anything besides music, obviously, but
But you can. I gotta say, sorry, Rob.
Go ahead, Dave.
I just want to say, I mean, that if people like check out your Instagram and even your stories, which is one of the reasons that I started following you, because I saw that you were on the show and that you liked metal music, and I was like, oh, this might be an interesting connection here.
Yeah.
But watching your stories, even when you're at the gym and you're now training other people, your enthusiasm. I mean, I look at it and go, Jesus, if I just had someone who had that kind of energy at the gym,
yes,
I'd be way more excited. Where most of the time at the gym, it just feels like, oh, this is such a chore. This is like,
yep.
And the people are not good with other people.
Inspirational.
They're not inspirational. They're not good at motivating people.
Right.
So what's it, for people that, again, I think so many times people are looking for things that they're trying to find their thing. Just talk, how did it feel when you clicked in, and how long did it take you to know, like really know? Because, and overcoming the fear and doubt to begin with.
Yeah, dude, that's a really good question, man.
Yeah.
Josh, I have to second what Dave was saying. I mean, you are quite an inspirational figure. And was that something that you, like, I'm curious, you probably didn't like, well, one day I'm going to be inspirational, but you've become that way. And tell us about that journey.
Well, first off, thank you. I never envisioned being anything like this before. Like I said, like I was just a very self-conscious kid. It really just kind of stemmed from like what you were saying. Like I never had that growing up. I never had someone who really kind of showed me the ropes. I never had anyone who was enthusiastic about the things that I liked. Like I was the shy kid who listened to music that no one else did in my little private school. I was just that kid. Like I never really had anyone to kind of come with me and show me that kind of enthusiasm with something. And with the jobs that I have, I really wanted to be that person for other people. I wanted to be fun. I wanted to make this scary thing like going to the gym. I wanted to make it exciting for people and make it so that they can kind of take their mind off of it for a little while. I work with people that, you know, they're tense, they're nervous, they're afraid to be working out around people. They don't want to be looked at. They don't want people to focus on them. So what I try to do is I try to take that pressure off of them and just kind of put it on me, because I want them to feel comfortable. So I'm basically just trying to be what I needed when I was younger. And I think I think a lot of people that have kind of been in this type of scenario, I feel like they're kind of the same way, where they didn't have it growing up, so they want to be that for someone else.
Wow.
That's incredible. That's
amazing. I love hearing that.
Yeah. I mean,
but so take us through the fact that, like, when you start working out, it's one thing to, like, I walked into your gym, but now I'm going to go on national television and be a... How did your persona develop, and how did you get to be on the show?
A lot of trial and error. That first year that I went on, I applied, and it was just the worst video ever. So basically, the way that you have to apply is you basically fill out a job application for American Ninja Warrior, saying about yourself, who you are, what you do, why you would be good on TV, stories about you, just every little detail about you. And you also have to make a 2-minute video talking about who you are, why you would be good, basically recapping what you already wrote down. And
wow. Did you have someone else shoot the video for you, or did you do it yourself?
For those first 2 years, no, I did not.
Wow.
And that was part of the problem. It was really terribly shot videos that were, you know, just boring, because, you know, it's a television show. People want to be
entertained.
Exactly. And it's not what I presented in those first couple of videos. But this last year, what I did was I was like, oh, let's get a little bit more theatrical with it. I've gotten used to being in front of cameras a little bit more, being in front of people. Let's make it a little bit more fun. So shot a couple clips of myself, sent them to my buddy Pearson James, who's just this phenomenal photographer. And I was like, dude, can you do this thing for me really quickly? 2 weeks before this is due. I know it's super late. I'll pay you if you need me to. And he was like, bro, I got you. So he just kind of put all these little clips together, made it look fucking fantastic. And I think that's a big reason why it actually got accepted, because I actually put effort into being exciting.
Yeah.
There was a production value to it, where, like, you know, they're not going to show that video to anyone, but the producers, they want to see that you can be theatrical and you can be fun, you can be entertaining to other people.
And you definitely are, and you definitely, like, you know, stand out among so many others, especially with having the metal background as well. But how was it? Was it difficult to get into that zone with you, that comfort zone of just showing you who you are? Because what I see is, I see you being very truthful and very open. This is me.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it, but this is me.
That was the hardest thing for me growing up, is that's, you know, I wanted to be like everybody else in this little, like, private school that I went to. I just didn't fit in. no matter what. I was just the kid that listened to metal. Nobody really got it. And for the longest time, I wanted to be different. But
they listen to shitty music, so yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I had a conversation with a girl once that was like, how can you listen to this? They're just yelling. You should listen to Skrillex. I'm like,
Oh my God. No. No.
Thanks, though.
Yeah.
But, no, it was just, that was just how I grew up. I always wanted to be someone else, but over time it became something that, it set me aside from people, and people remembered it, whether for good or for bad. And, over time it's really kind of helped me be who I am. To kind of build into the persona, I didn't really know who I wanted to be on the show. I knew you had to be something, but I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to be.
Right.
And I was just kind of thinking about it, mulling it over. I'm like, I want a name. I want to have something that sticks out. I'm like, what am I? Who am I? Well, the biggest thing about me is that I like this ridiculous music that most people don't like. And
Wait, stop, Josh. Ridiculous? Come on now. Let's stop you right there, son. There is no ridiculous metal music. Come on now. No.
Hey, that's okay. It's supposed to be ridiculous. Some of it is.
Well, that's you're right. You're right. I can't argue with you there. Do you have the new Iron Maiden record?
Of course. Oh, dude, does he have a new Iron Maiden record? Every version of it.
Oh, come on, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, how great is that box? Oh,
Wait, and then he's got the.
my
you got
God.
stuff. Did it arrive yet? Because
Josh, you know what? Your Bonafides or Bonafides. Your Bonafides just way up. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I waited so long for this thing because this was the Walmart exclusive version that they had. And I waited forever and I just couldn't get it, kept being sold out.
Oh, dude.
And
my God.
And
Josh.
this is how.
Wow, dude. I mean, we're getting off the rails here, bro.
Rob,
Dave, you're out of focus. You're so amazingly excited.
I have light on too. I don't know.
Oh my God, Josh, you know what?
Damn it! Let's come on.
My God, the Bonafides, your credibility just was cemented. You might be the most metal fucking guest we have ever had on this goddamn show. Thank you, sir. My God, oh my God.
So much.
Wow.
Dave? What's going on? I don't know. I'm trying to fix it, dude.
It's fine, Dave. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. After what Josh showed us.
There we go.
Josh gave us the vinyl. My God.
Rob,
the
like
vinyl, the power. I feel like the Emperor in Star Wars. My God.
But like you, if you notice, the vinyl is the only one open. The other ones are still wrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know why?
Those.
I'll bet you have a turntable, don't you, Josh?
Of course. It's right there.
My fucking good Christ. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that. My God. Oh. Oh.
I am slowly building the collection up.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, you know what? Look, your workout regime, it's all good. But the fact that you have Iron Maiden's new album on vinyl means you're one of the greatest fucking guests we've ever had on the show. God damn it.
Man,
Thank you for being you.
Happy to be here. I'm super honored.
You're fucking metal as fuck. Sorry.
Appreciate that.
Where are we at, Dave?
Where we
Go ahead. What was it? Where our discussion was very erudite and whatever.
No.
Sorry, derailed it.
Exactly.
That's okay. I'm always happy to talk about Iron Maiden.
My God.
But when
Dave's like, what? Where were we?
I know. I had to
What
catch
are
up
we?
there.
What are we talking about?
If you'd shut
Josh?
up for a minute, Rob,
Sorry,
I might
I'm
be able to get a word out.
All right then.
No,
Okay. Hang on. Do I need to get my phantasm ball, Dave?
There you go.
Also, I apologize. I do have 2 cats, so if one of the tails starts like kind of,
That's fine.
Oh, I'm a cat person myself. So
we've
it's all
dealt
good.
we've dealt with cats before on the show.
understand.
But what I was going to ask is, coming from the background you did, where I assume it sounds like your dad was always supportive and your family was supportive,
Mm-hmm.
but you also felt like you didn't fit in. So when you found that thing, just how did that feel? And how has it changed you from this point, up to this point, in a good way? What's it done for you when you found that thing?
Yeah.
It's put a lot of things into a little bit more of a perspective, because it can be a really good thing, a really bad thing. Because when you have that light bulb moment of like, oh, I really want to do this a lot, you kind of obsess over it to an unhealthy point. And there is such a thing called overtraining, which I did a lot when I first started. But it's a good thing to have that passion, but to a certain point it will become where if it doesn't work out, which it didn't for the first 2 years, it just shattered me. Like, it was just,
Wow.
like, that was the one thing that I wanted, the one thing that I really focused on and put everything onto, and it just kind of, it felt like it was being taken away, and it was just this dream that was just kind of fading. I'm like, well, I got to figure out something else. I got to, go back to this shitty job where I drive for 14 hours a day because I have nothing else to really go for. It was just one of those things that I wanted so bad. And when it wasn't coming, it was just heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. But I think that kind of goes to persistence in a very conscientious manner. So you have to chase your dreams, but in a smart way. Like, you can't.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I mean, you just said it wasn't coming. It wasn't coming. What kept you going? What was the motivating factor? I mean, you're chasing something. A lot of people way beyond their efforts or whatever, but you didn't stop. You continued. What was
and
it?
A lot of people would have quit.
Yeah, a lot of people would quit. Like, what was it that kept you going?
Well, I'll tell you what, I did kind of fall off for a little while. I didn't train for certain periods of time. When I did move to St. Pete, it was one of those periods where I just, it wasn't the first thing on my mind, because I was so frustrated and disappointed with it.
But wait, hang on. Why though? Why were you frustrated and disappointed?
Because it just, I was working so hard at it for so long and nothing came of it. But little did I know, like, this is not something that you can just work for 7 or 8 months and you'll automatically reap benefits from it. This is something you put a lot of time into, and I didn't quite recognize that yet.
But what was that epiphany? You did it, man. You made it happen. Now, what was it that put you over the edge?
It really just kind of came down to the people that I was around. So when I was in St. Pete, I wasn't surrounded by as many people as that I really liked to train with.
Wow.
Back to Orlando, I was with RJ Roman, Jason Kotzen, all these amazing ninjas from Orlando that they weren't just there, they were actually supportive, and they actually wanted me to keep going and work on this thing with them. It wasn't just like, you got it, dude, keep going. They actually wanted me to be there with them. And having that extra little support really kind of kept me coming back and decided kind of.
Dude, that's extraordinary. I mean, I think that
well, it's fortunate. It's fortunate to have people who actually are there encouraging you and motivating you, because certainly on our end of things, so much of the time are people saying, "Oh, you can't do it," or fighting against you.
We get that every day.
Saying no way. So yeah, one thing I want to, and we are going to get into music in a second here because I think that's a really important part of this.
Oh my God, Dave.
But what I
Are
want
we
to
gonna
know,
get metal?
we already are.
Fuck yeah.
We already are, Rob.
God damn it.
But
But I understand. Go ahead.
talk about the training. How brutal is it? How tough is this sort of training? And also, what's the injury factor? You know, because and also, you know, because potentially one fall could that could just be the end of it. Correct? I mean,
Correct.
So
There's a lot that goes into it. So the injury factor is pretty high. But one thing that you learn when you first start is how to fall and having body awareness, because if you just fall flat on your back every single time with no pad underneath you, you're obviously going to get hurt. If you try to stop yourself with your hands, with 160 pounds coming down on your hands, obviously you're going to get hurt. It's body awareness basically is what you really need to focus on when you start. So the injury factor is pretty prevalent, but it's not as bad as a lot of people think it is. Because it's kind of a gradual process. You start with some of the easier stuff, and then you kind of work your way up slowly and slowly and slowly, and you kind of get that body awareness. But the people who get injured, they may or may not have as much of that. But as far as training goes, it can be really intense, especially for the people that they're really, really focusing on being on the show, or they want to win competitions, whatever it is. Like I said earlier, there's a thing called overtraining, where if you're in the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week, it's totally different from just regular working out. Like if you were to go do cardio 3, 4 days a week, you're going to be fine.
Right.
If you're working your forearms, you're working your lats and your shoulders to this extent 4 times a week, you're going to be hurting yourself after a while. Like your tendons physically can't take that much pressure, because it's why people get tennis elbow in this sport, because they're just yanking on their joints all the time and landing super hard, and they're just, it is, it's little injuries over time that will really kind of make a difference. You just have to be careful with it and take it slowly. That's why it's such a long process to kind of get to where you're trying to go. It's a long learning curve.
Well, and Josh, if I can just say, one of my favorite people in the world, new people, Connie Sang, says, "I love this show and awesome guests like Josh. Aww. I'm no American Ninja, but I love the feeling of going to the gym and lifting heavy. It makes me feel powerful." By the way, Connie, she's delightful. So the fact that she's watching now, it makes me happy. But what would you say to her? Like, going to the gym, lifting heavy, is that a good thing to do?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those things that you will need forever. If you think about it this way, like, you're always going to have to be sitting down. You're always going to have to be standing up. So if you're able to squat 100 pounds regularly, you're going to be able to get your ass up off the couch 20 years from now. If you're lifting.
Rob, you listening?
Dude, I can fucking squat 100 pounds. God damn it.
Well, yeah, because.
What are you fucking saying, bruh? Come on, dude.
Both you and I can squat 100 pounds just without weights.
God
easily.
Damn it. Come on, man. We're the old motherfuckers that have.
Yeah, we are.
To prove.
Luckily, we don't. I don't have creaky joints and everything. Yeah, but
I don't either. I hoist glasses of liqueur. Yeah, well,
I am already getting to that creaky joint point. I've always had like cracky bones and knees. Like every step I take, I hear a little pop in my knees, and I don't think it's just for Ninja. It's just kind of always been there, but Ninja hasn't helped.
Yeah, well, Josh, I'm an old man, and my joints are goddamn just fine. Just so you know.
Because he's been sitting on the couch more.
Wow, no. It's just because I drink, I can't feel the pain. Fuck that. Yeah.
Something tells me that that's not the way.
No, I would
night-
prefer to. I would prefer to hear from Josh about
Yeah.
the workout regimen.
Well, I don't know if we need to maybe,
No, we don't have to hear it all.
Hold on. Maybe at the end we'll get to tips for old people and what they can do.
Oh my God. Josh is
or-
like, when can I leave this fucking show? It's late.
Yeah,
I'm having a great time, honestly.
Are you sure?
nice T-shirt, by the way. I have one.
Really?
I did. I bought one. I did, absolutely. It's fucking rad.
That makes
But you know what? You need to do it. You need to do an instructional video of how to cut a T-shirt the proper way.
Wow, dude, that is actually something I would put on the channel. Absolutely. Because, man, I can't stand people who cut their shirts badly. Terrible. Terrible.
It was process of just doing it and fucking up a really cool shirt, and I'm like, I'm never gonna do that again. So
I know, it's awful.
Over time, I really just kind of picked it up, and there's definitely a science to it. So I will make it.
Oh
Please make
my
it,
God, dude!
Just do a quick Instagram story of
Just to hear you say that,
here's how you
it
cut
warms
a
my
proper
old
metal shirt.
fucking heart.
All right, now I want to get into it.
Yes.
The metal side of it. So you're a kid. First I want to know,
You're a child of metal.
what was the
The
catalyst?
gateway.
What was the gateway?
What was the gateway, Josh?
What
was the
got you?
first
What
time-
got you into metal and then getting into death metal? Because you are so much more into death metal than I am, or Rob doesn't listen to it at all.
Oh,
So,
come
Be
on.
honest.
You know,
You don't. You couldn't name one death metal band.
dude. Yeah, maybe. No, I'm more of a goth.
He's more of a Duran Duran guy.
No. Like, look, look. I'm a Christian death guy, and if that band, oh, look at that.
You name one now.
No. Now here, Josh. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
It had to have been a guitar riff. It had to have been a sound, a moment, a thing. What got you in to?
So
I mean, because I remember what got me into it.
I want to know. I'm curious.
Because I'm this old. It was 1977, I believe.
You weren't even alive then.
The Paul Lynn Halloween special, which was on regular television, but it was the first prime time
Oh my
appearance
God!
of Kiss.
You've never told me this.
Oh.
That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
That's awesome.
And I saw them, and I was like, I didn't even retain what the band was called. I just saw them. I'm this little kid watching this thing. And by the way, that special, besides the Kiss segments, is unwatchable. It is so horribly bad. But
And
that got me into it, and it was Destroyer era Kiss. And it was just like,
Wow.
Yep. And
Man.
that's
Josh?
what did it.
Yes.
What happened with you? I mean, can you counter that? I mean, Dave just laid it all out on the floor. What
promise
made you a metalhead?
It is not that cool. It was a long process. So I don't know if I told Dave about this yet or not, but I grew up really Christian. I grew up in a Southern Baptist house.
No, wow.
By the way, which is amazing because no one needs more Satan in the house than your house. Come on now. I mean, metal is gonna find you whether you wanted to or not.
It was on me. It was like Jack Black, like you can't kill the metal.
Oh, yeah.
But what's
Dio poster in the room? Get this out of here!
the Ronnie James Dio on the back of the door?
Oh my God, that's the greatest,
Wasn't that bad.
most
Well, your mom and
underappreciated
dad
fucking-
couldn't be happy with that, but okay.
So my parents were actually Christian missionaries for years. I lived in Costa Rica. I lived in Venezuela.
Wow.
Until probably about 8 years old.
Wow.
And Hugo Chavez, the dictator of
Yeah,
Venezuela,
of course.
coming into power, didn't want Americans. So we just decided to cut our losses, head back to the States, and that's when we moved to Colorado. and that
The most metal fucking state in America.
just the best concerts go through.
Fuck yeah.
I will tell you about my first concert in a second because it was just the best possible first one. So my oldest sister, she signed up for this this Christian website that would send her like samples of new Christian music from certain record labels, and they would just kind of send out these samplers.
Striper.
I was waiting for it.
Surprisingly, not Striper.
Not Striper.
What?
They, I grew up on like just the softest things. Like the hardest I ever listened to, I don't know if you guys know of this band or not, but I listened to a little bit of Skillet. It was it's pretty, but that was like the
Dude,
hardest.
I know that band.
Yeah.
That was the hardest I was allowed to listen to, and even that was kind of pushing the boundaries.
I just want to thank you for publicly admitting you listen to the band.
Skillet.
Thank you so much.
That was one of the first things, but my sister would get all these samplers, and she would get all these other albums from the library that she would burn the CDs of and give to me, and we would for our little MP3s. And I remember one of the first like heavier songs I listened to was it was an Under Oath song, and it just like listening to Screaming for the first time, I was like, what? I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, this is wild. So I eventually downloaded Pandora. I started listening to like all the gateway bands like Disturbed. I started hearing Metallica for the first time. I started hearing all these, relatively tame bands. But it just kind of bled from there. It started off with one Disturbed song, and then it went into Slipknot, and then it went into Suicide Silence, and then it just kind of exploded from there. It was just everywhere. And that's kind of it. It took like one little sampler pack of Christian metal to get me going on it. It was just insane.
So did the music inspire your physical transformation? Like, was it part of the same thing?
Well, yeah, and also, what did this music do for you? I mean, one, you were saying that there was a time that no one listened to the same music at this private school, and I felt very much like an outsider. But what did the music actually give you?
So, it kind of gave me that. I've always had that little like hipster mentality, like I'm doing something nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
Just self-righteousness. But it was a lot of speaking to things that I felt. Like I remember I would listen to this one Disturbed song every morning that I would go to school. It was a song called Just Stop, and it was kind of speaking to me getting bullied in school because I was just the one weirdo kid that nobody really liked, and there was just several kids who just, people feed on that, and that's just how it goes. But it kind of spoke to me as this is something someone else is feeling.
Right.
And a big band that I got into at that time was Korn, and that's a big part of what they talk about. Jonathan was not.
You could tell he was bullied.
Yes, 1,000%. And I really, really resonated with Jonathan Davis growing up. I had CDs that my dad threw away because he found them in my little lockbox. I hid them in bed.
Right. Instead of finding porn, he found Korn albums.
But how did you feel about that? I mean, like,
it
like your dad throws away CDs?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to listen to it more. And what's funny is I know that he used to be a Beatles fan, Van Halen fan. Like that's what he grew up on, but his parents ended up becoming Christian as well. And that's what got him going to this Christian college. And I know that's what he grew up on. And up until like maybe 4 years ago, I just thought he didn't listen to any of that until one car drive. He was like, and he was like, here, let me show you this. He started playing the Eagles. He started playing Leonard Skinner. He started playing Boston, and I was not really into that at the time, but that moment of kind of coming together with him kind of solidified in it. And now
Huge.
rock guy now. That's
Right. That's
No,
great.
no, but-
That's great that he's re-embraced that, because and realized that,
and me too.
yeah, that this is not the
Bonding
not
with
the
your
work
dad.
of this is not,
Yeah.
and it's not the work of the fucking devil.
No, it's not. And that's like,
Well,
when I started getting really Aiden, my dad thought it was because he'd never really listened to it. I'm like, well, let's just listen to a couple songs together, and he kind of got on that bandwagon as well. So when this new album came out, he's like, "Did you get it yet?" I'm like,
Yeah, that's great.
got it. He's all excited about it now. It's
Well,
That's
awesome.
cool. It's funny because I'll equivalent, back in my day,
we're old people.
we back when I was really getting into this, around 85 or so, there
Back
was
in the old days, Dave, when you were a young man.
yeah, there was the PMRC, and it was Tim
Well,
Gore going
yeah,
after metal music and everything.
Oh,
And at that time, one of my favorite bands, and still one of my favorite bands, is Twisted Sister.
yes.
And they really went after them. And Dee Snider made this incredible speech in front of Congress after Frank Zappa.
He
And the thing is, everyone goes, "Oh, it's violence about this or anything like that." And it's like, if you actually listen to the songs, it's like, "Oh, there's a song called Under the Blade, and it's about someone chopping up a woman or something." It's like, no, it's about someone going into surgery. It's like, if you actually listen to the fucking songs, and so much of it is actually like,
and no one did, by the way.
Positive messages, empowering people who don't feel empowered, saying that, look, it's going to be shitty right now. It's going to get better. Stay true to yourself. Because you're not going to be that person who looks at their high school football tape as the highlight of their fucking life.
Exactly. That was my entire school. They all were jocks. They all were athletes. They were all just fantastic at sports, and I was the one kid that wasn't. So I was super just outcast.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, so in the world of social media, where you, how do you change that? How do you like redefine yourself?
So, as far as like just who I am as a person, or like that it's
No, in general,
That's the thing.
Your
Is there a
persona,
difference?
like you.
Is there a difference? Is there a persona? I mean, I know there's the death metal ninja, but is that a totally different persona, or is that just more? This is the magnified extension of who you are.
Yeah, that's the question. I mean, obviously, talking to you right now, you're a delightful human being. So how is it that like we all have to now define ourselves on social media?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that? Like you must have reached a place where you're like, well, I'm no longer a douchebag or whatever. You worried about who you were, but then you got to a place where I'm okay, I'm cool.
Yeah.
So what was that transition like? How do you do that?
So, it kind of just started off as me trying to be something I wasn't when I first got on Instagram, and that was kind of all I was on. Like, I wasn't really doing Twitter. I've never really done like Vine and TikTok and stuff like that. It's just not been what I wanted to do. But Instagram, it really has just kind of become what I like to post, and it's just the things that I'm doing in my life, the things that I'm excited about. I've found that people really enjoy that and they resonate with that.
Yeah.
Because not just pretending to like something because it's what other people are liking. It's not just trying to get likes necessarily. It's just, hey, here's what's going on in my life. Here's what I'm working on. Here's the people at my gym that I fucking adore because they're doing all this. It's real. It's like, and the same with like the stories, like what Dave was saying, is it's just, this is what I like. This is something that I think is really cool. This is the music that I like. This is a new band that I found that are fucking awesome. I just love sharing that, whether people like it or watch it or not. I don't really care. I just like putting it out there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I agree. The moment, and it started thankfully a couple of years ago, that I stopped giving a fuck about social media and what people thought. and just started posting the shit that I liked, and whether it's like I'm posting about the same goddamn band or whatever anytime, what I say is, it's like, I hope you all find your thing that gets you as excited about it that I am with this right now.
It's big.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
and to me, it's so much more important. You know, it's like, I don't need to share all my personal feelings about every goddamn topic that is happening in the world or anything like that. It's a losing factor. We do it here, and I put it out there, and honestly, I don't give a fuck if people disagree with me. That's fine. We can have a discussion about it, but I'm not going to change that opinion. I'm not trying to change your opinion. It's like, this is what I like, and this is what I embrace, and I know that I'm a good person, and all this is about hopefully inspiring people watching, especially with the guests that come on. And it's what I told you, it's like inspiring them with your story, but also inspiring them with like, oh, well, this person likes the same kind of music. They're into this, and it helped the music. The thing is, as much as movies are, music might be more important in motivating and inspiring people to actually do something. And I think that's it's so rare in this world now, where so many people are just like listening to Spotify and things are on random, instead of just going out and like finding that band that really speaks to them, and motivates them and inspires them.
And one thing that I really wanted to talk about as far as inspiration goes is the biggest thing that I wanted to show with who I was on American Ninja Warrior. It wasn't that I'm just this edgy, like, I'm just trying to fuck shit up type of person. Like, that's not who I am as a person. I think you can tell that. Very like I'm just lighthearted. I'm not a confrontational person. I'm not just someone scary trying to be scary. Like,
no, but they have to have a way to sell you.
No, but the thing is, what I loved though is that you competed in full death metal makeup, and it was like, that was, I swear to God, someone's gonna look at that. Some kid's gonna look at that, and that's gonna be their Kiss moment.
Yeah.
That guy,
totally.
That guy.
That's what I want. I want kids to look at me and see my black fingernail polish, my long hair on the qualifiers. I had guy liner on. I want them to look at that and say, like, it's okay to be a fucking freak. It's because that's what I was in high school. Nobody liked me. Nobody really cared about me. I was just that one freak that didn't really fit in with everybody else. And I want kids to know that that's okay. I want adults to know that that's okay too, because it's...
Well, let me ask you this. Your girlfriend.
Yes.
Tell me the story how you met her.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, so many people on this channel. I get so many people asking me, Rob, how can I meet a girl, or and so,
or how do you meet anyone? How do
anyone,
I go
like girls, boys? I and for me, I'm like, I just want people fucking. Like, but the how did you meet your girlfriend?
So I'm about to give you guys the best piece of advice you could possibly use to talk to someone new. First off, this was just a niche thing. Like, if you find someone at a metal concert, you're probably going to have something to talk about.
Okay, yes.
That is, but it's not the main thing. So, I didn't want to be there at that concert. I love Trivium, but I was just having a bad night. I didn't want to be there.
Wow.
I was kind of standing towards the back, towards the doors, and this beautiful, just super stunning girl walks by me. We kind of make eyes, and she disappears for a second. I'm like, damn. She was...
But you knew right then?
I kind of just had this moment of like,
yeah.
Oh my God. And I was still in my bad mood, so I didn't really like do anything to go pursue her. But she came back in and kind of stood towards me. It was just, we were standing right by the exit door, so there was people flooding in and out this way, that way. Like, we were just kind of getting pushed side to side. And I made an office reference.
What'd you say?
What was it?
I said, we need a new plague There's too many people. And
That's a Dwight line.
Bruh.
she's like, did you just make an
An
office?
office reference.
Yeah. And I just, it was just that moment where you click with someone over the office, you're going to have something to talk about. It was just perfect.
Okay, dude.
God
By the way,
love The Office.
this is a very inspirational story. I mean, what was amazing was and what I've always said, that pop culture, if you can bond on the pop culture tip, it's not just the fact that she knew The Office. It's
that's
the
a
fact
that's
that
a deep
it
dive.
means more.
That's not
it
like
means
a
more than
first
that.
season quote.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it
That's
means
not a
more than
first
that.
season quote either. That's a deep dive.
Yeah, deep dive. So,
So,
tell us, Josh. Once you said that, did she stop and come back and talk to you? What happened? What happened then?
she was already standing by me. And, from that, we kind of just built a conversation off of that. And what was amazing was we both came with different people. So, like, she actually was there kind of by herself at the start. This random guy saw a girl alone in line and started hitting her up and just trying to flirt with her and talk with her. So she was just kind of hanging out with him for the night. I was with a guy who, he bought me these tickets. He's like, you need to get out of the house. You're having a rough time. Come with me to this concert. It'll be fun. So we were watching Avatar, which is this awesome band.
Yeah, they just played here on the 6th a couple days ago. I was in Arizona though. I missed it.
Man, if you
I
get
know.
it,
Sorry, Dave.
I know. I was bummed out. It was at the Wiltern here.
they opened up for Trivium, and I didn't really know them that well at the time, so I wasn't, like trying to go up to the front. So I was standing towards the back. My friend loved them. He went up to the front. And as they were finishing, that was when Ashton was coming back, because that was one of her favorite bands. And he eventually comes back and sees me. He's like, I can't leave you alone for 5 minutes, can I? I'm like, huh? And then Ashton's friend comes back. He's like, I'm 6'1". I'm a pretty tall dude. This guy comes back. He's like 5'5", and his name is Wolf. And I'm like, oh, yes. Hi, Wolf. And
As you tower above him.
I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
It was just very satisfying. And from that moment, I was like, all right. I also just heard my girlfriend make some kind of comment from the other room. I didn't know.
She's still up.
Well, I mean, where are we? It's what? So it's 4:27.
4:27.
Yeah.
Well, Josh, I want to thank you for being here. I mean, please stay. But I am curious. I mean, it's one thing to work out at a gym. It's another thing to do a show, like to be on TV.
Right.
And what, like for you, where was that transition? Like, how did you make that call? Like, how did you go from working out in gym to being on? Oh my God, I'm on TV.
Well,
how'd that happen?
Wild. That's what it was. It was, obviously it was being with those people that I told you about earlier.
Yeah.
They really pushed me, but getting to the show was just the scariest experience of my life. Like, I felt like I was not ready at all.
Why? Why though?
Because I'm constantly around these people that have been doing it for a lot longer than I have. They've, they live in the gym. They live and breathe this stuff, and I wasn't doing that beforehand. So I was just watching all these other people that have been on for like 10 plus TV show, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't belong here. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm worthy to be here. But on my qualifier run, I made it to the 5th obstacle. I slipped on that next to last obstacle, but I made it on to semifinals.
Right.
And at the moment, I was like, maybe I do deserve to be here. I may not be.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not the best. I'm not even close, but it's something that I can work towards, and I'm not, I didn't fall on the first obstacle. I didn't pussy out and just decide not to go. Like, I went and I did. That was super scary, and I did my best. and it was good enough to get me onto the semifinals. It was terrifying, and that's a big thing too. Like, do shit that you're terrified of. Like, you have to. Otherwise, how are you going to do this amazing thing that could...
Can you
Right there
describe-
with you, man.
I mean, I you know, like I've seen videos and stuff from your gym and some of the Ninja Warrior gyms and everything, but I mean, you're at the Universal Backlot. It's this massive obstacle course. Can you describe? I mean, just the mental difference. Do you get to see the course before they shoot at all? You know.
So the first one, the qualifiers took place in Wagg. They had it in the Tacoma Dome.
Right.
And
Wow, in my hometown, Seattle.
yeah. So they had it in the Tacoma Dome. You don't get to see it until the day of. So they take you on a bus over to the dome. They run you through every obstacle, have someone demonstrate it, and they explain the rules to it. They explain not to do, what to do, how to approach it, and that's it. You don't get to touch it. You don't get to try it out. Nothing. You just get to look at it. You get to watch someone do it, and that's it. Then you go sit until it's your turn to go up. So it's super scary because you don't get to really,
Right.
you don't get to try it out. It's not something that you've done before. They always try to bring in something new that.
But do you feel trepidation? Do you like I don't want to do this?
Oh, absolutely. I was terrified because they had us go up there like maybe 4 people before you're supposed to run. So you have to watch the people in front of you do it, whether they do a great job and you're like, oh, fuck, or they do a terrible job and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to do just as bad as they did. It's just scary watching all of that. But then when I got up to my starting platform, the guy gave me the 1, 2, 3, go. I walked up the platform and then I got a call. Hey, we're taking a pee break. Give it.
Wow.
Oh, and you're psyched
Wow.
up.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
But
hold on.
a godsend because I was not ready. Like, I was just nervous. But when they took that little break, I walked down. I just kept pacing back and forth. I must have looked like a psychopath. I'm like, this is my course. This is my course. This is my course. I got this. I can do this. And just kind of talked myself up for 5 minutes straight until they called there. And then I was ready to go. It was just positive mindset. I kind of just told myself I can do it. And
But that was you. There was no one else telling you that. You did it on your own.
Yeah. And that was what was even more exciting to me. I'm like, I can actually do this kind of stuff. I never thought like this before, and it happened.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Now let me ask you.
Uh-huh.
If you could have worn earbuds and had like your favorite music blasting as you did the course, would that help?
Yes. And people have done that before. So I actually put together a playlist of songs that pump me up and kind of get me in that mindset. Some of which were, I don't know if you guys know a band called Meyer. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them.
I had a lot of Meyer on there. I had a lot of Tool on there. Just songs that felt empowering to me and just things that kind of got my heart rate up and made me feel good. But I just made the decision. I'm like, I'm going to just raw dog this. I'm just going in, no music, nothing. It was like a horse with blinders on. I'm like, let's just go. That's it. And I don't know if that helped. I don't know if that hurt, but it just kind of was what it was.
Well, let me ask you, did it help? Did it hurt? I mean, the question remains.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, now where you're at now, what do you where do you think what matters?
What matters is your mindset going into it, because a lot of Ninja Warrior is commitment. So if you commit to this obstacle that you're about to do, you're going to hesitate, and that's going to make you fall. Because a lot of it is just, you have to make one big move, you throw, and you're there. Like, if you don't commit to that move and you kind of hesitate a little bit, you're screwed. So if you have that mindset of like, I don't know if I can do this, then you're just done for. You have to have that mind of, I'm a badass, I can do this, let's go get it. And that's just kind of what it has to be. And that's what everybody will tell you in this sport. You just have to commit to it.
That's great. All right, I want to do a couple quick, before we let you go, just a quick couple rapid fire questions.
Honestly,
I mean, we could go all night,
Dave.
but I'm not going to do that to you.
I'm happy. Whatever you guys got for me, I'm happy to be here.
Favorite band?
Josh, thank you for being here. Anyway,
Man,
go ahead.
thank you for having me. So I knew this question was going to come up. I have my top 3. So I have
top 3.
Iron Maiden, all-time favorite. Tool, second favorite, if not tied for it. And third has to be Korn, just for the nostalgia factor. I've seen them like 4 times now. They hold a really big spot in my heart.
Okay.
Okay, no, wait, Dave. Can I follow up? Can I follow up and just say
favorite death metal?
Oh, honestly, gonna be basic. Death was one of the first records I ever bought. That The Sound of Perseverance. That was just mind blowing. Hearing songs like Spirit Crusher and Bite the Pain, like it just blew my fucking mind as a 20-year-old. I'm like listening to this album, I'm like, what?
So that was last week, right?
Yes, that was last week.
Now, everyone in the chat. No, everyone in the chat is going. How old is he? Is he 18 yet?
Come on, man.
No,
Josh.
I'm just saying what they're asking.
Drink.
You know what? It doesn't matter how old Josh is.
No, it doesn't matter. No, of course not.
His taste is exemplary.
Yeah. What did you want to
all
follow?
that
What
matters.
question did you want to follow up with, Rob?
Well, okay. My question is this. So, your taste in metal is good. Now, I would ask you this: why does metal inspire you? What is it? What is the thing when you think about the music you love?
Stop.
He's just
like,
Okay, Dave, make fun of me all you want. Josh, okay, let break it down. Well, Josh, why do you like the music you like? Dave, what do you want me to say, man? I mean, come on now.
I know I'm breaking Rob's persona.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry,
Josh.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Okay, Josh. Why,
Josh?
Josh,
What makes
why do you like the music you like? What does it mean to you? I mean, my God. Thanks, Dave. I mean, trying to be cool, but
much better,
okay. In a world,
really spoke to me when nothing else really did. I was in this house where, you know, everything was looked down upon. I couldn't do anything without getting in trouble, and I was always fun as a kid. So this was the one thing that I could make mine. I could enjoy without anybody telling me otherwise. I was listened to. I felt like this was something that, you know, someone else feels the exact same way that I do.
but
Nice.
okay. Why in that house? Clearly, you're a singular entity. You're a personality, somebody who
An
you're
individual?
An individual, yes. And didn't it piss you off? Like, why did not someone speak for you?
Because I was still that kid that, you know, I grew up out of the country. I wasn't used to interacting with people. I wasn't used to confrontation. I wasn't used to standing up for myself. So this was this angry expression that I could get out without, you know, actually physically getting into an altercation with someone. Like, my first tattoo was for a band called Beartooth, because it was their first album. It was just so raw. It was just him, sounded like he was just rolling on the floor, screaming every possible thing that bothered him as a teenager. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like he was just speaking exactly for me. Like all these things that I wanted to say that I could not get out, and it was just raw. It was full of emotion, and that's what I listened to for like 2 years straight. Was just like that album because it had exactly what I was feeling every day.
No.
That's awesome.
Really got to me.
Well, man, I have to say, like, my God, you, my friend, are a great man, and I thank you for being honest on this show. I can't thank you enough. I mean, my God, to have you be so, like, you've been very open and honest.
I don't believe in the other way. I
mean,
well, obviously, you can tell. Neither do we.
Thank you.
I want to follow up though, Rob, sir. I have a few more, a quick.
Dave,
more,
please
like,
continue.
Lightning round questions.
Lightning round. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Best concert you've ever gone to.
Ooh, I saw Tool at Rockville like 2 years ago. It blew my fucking mind because they played new songs off their album that they hadn't put out yet, and that was like 10 years in the making of them not putting out an album. So I heard it live for the first time, and I was just like, ah!
Okay.
Melting my face off of that. Anyway, continue.
Nice. We know you love Disneyland. Favorite ride or attraction at Disneyland?
So, honestly, like, my girlfriend is really into Disney. I'm not as big of a fan of it, but I really like roller coasters. I love Rock and Roller Coaster. As basic as that sounds, I just enjoy watching Steven Tyler do his thing. I enjoy just the quickness of that one. I'm a roller coaster kind of guy.
Nice. Movies. Favorite movie?
Oh.
Or favorite, let's start with favorite genre of movie.
Wow, Dave, that's a hard thing. Okay.
That's why I went with genre.
Horror is probably my top.
No wrong answers, by the way, here.
Okay.
Horror precedence. Probably my top couple right now. Donnie Darko will always be my favorite movie.
Okay.
I just love Jake Gyllenhaal. Anything that he does, I enjoy.
Fuck yes.
We Rob, I'm going to drop a name. You and I both know Frank the Bunny pretty well.
We do. But yeah, we do. And let me just say, I mean, my God, I have the box sets of Donnie Darko in 4K, and
Yes.
it's a very good movie.
It's amazing.
I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
And yes, we do.
but-
We do. Yeah.
We do know Frank the Bunny.
One other movie that I have to shout out that's become my new favorite is Psycho Gorman. Have you guys watched that?
I love Psycho Gorman.
Bruh, I got the
It's
German
amazing.
media book. Oh my God.
It
I
is
love Psycho
so-
Gorman. Oh my God.
so good.
It's
And
so
Hunky
good.
Boys. Come on, man.
people don't get it. They don't understand like the 70s and 80s feel to it. They don't understand like the effects to it. They're like, this just looks like someone spent like $20 on the movie.
Dude.
Yeah,
And
but
try to
they got that so right.
I'm like, that's what it's supposed to be like.
Josh,
like that.
Josh,
Yeah.
my love
Yeah.
for you has grown exponentially because Psycho Gorman, my friend Dieter Bastian, which I do streams with every day or every Sunday. My God, he sent me the German media book
What?
of Psycho Gorman. Oh my God, dude.
He
I've
can't
got a
read
whole
it.
book. It's
But he can't read it.
fucking it's in German. I can't. Doesn't matter. I don't care. It's like I have the Psycho Gorman book, and you know what, Josh? To hear
That's so great.
you say how much you love it, my God,
Oh,
one of
right.
the great movies of
It was so cool.
all time.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
My personal side of a movie where I'm just silly and stupid, but I'm trying to be fucking metal and gory and wild.
Dude, you're so fucking metal. Come on.
It's great.
I try to be. I try.
There we go. That's the end of the lightning round, folks.
All
Hope you
right.
played at home.
No, so we will let Josh go. Is that yes, Dave?
I think we should. So we can,
Josh, first of all,
yeah,
thank you for being on Midnight
Thank you.
Metal. I mean, you have been a fantastic guest. Thank you so much for being
Thank-
here.
Very, very much. I really had a fun time. Anytime you guys just want to shoot the shit, I would love to hang out with you guys again.
Absolutely,
My
that'd be
God.
great. And
Yeah.
let us know when you're. I mean, I know they do. I assume the next round you're going to be going after it again for.
Yep. Applying again for this coming season. Normally they do that about November to December. They'll open up the little window that you can send in a video. They let you know by like February or March, and then they start shooting about April, May, sometime around that time.
Yeah, if you're, when you're back in, because I know you're going to get in. When you're back in and you're here in LA, and let us know, and we'll meet up. But where also, where can people
Find you on social media.
Yeah, how do they follow you? I know you have your own website, you have merch, you have stuff. Plug away.
So, a couple of things that I like to plug. So, Instagram is my main thing. Instagram, my username is Tone Deaf Jesus, spelled exactly the way that it sounds.
Wow.
TEAF Jesus. Just because this, and I like to sing, and I don't think I'm that great at it. So, it's just kind of a lot of things that go into that. So, Tone Deaf Jesus is on Instagram. On my bio, I have a link in that will take you to a little merch store that has t-shirts, tank tops, hats. That's just people wearing my stuff is super cool. So that's the Instagram. I also have Twitter. It's at Deaf Jesus. They didn't have Tone Deaf Jesus for whatever reason. And those are really the two main things that I like to be on top of. You can also find some more of my shirts on Obstacle Ninja Academy's website. That's the Ninja Warrior gym that I worked for. And if I could, I just want to say one thing for my dad, because he was a big part of my story this year on American Ninja Warrior. My dad has been the one person who's really supported me through everything that I've done. Like I said, like he was the one who told me I should try out for this Ninja Warrior. I should go search for a gym. But what really got me into it at the start was I wanted to compete in just like a little 5K, like a mud run, if you've seen those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And crazy, it was just like you climb over some ropes, you climb over some walls, it's a 5K. That's all it was. I asked my girlfriend at the time, I'm like, do you want to come with this? It means a lot to me. She's like, nah. I'm like, why? She's like, I just don't really want to. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Bye. So my dad came. He drove 2 hours to come with me, to come to this race with me. And that was the one thing that really kind of showed me that he supported me in this. And having him support me in the show, he's come to every single race I've ever been to, every competition I've ever competed in for Ninja Warrior. He was on the sidelines for my Ninja Warrior video. He's been through everything. And
What is your dad's name?
Yeah.
my dad's name is Nigel Wagg.
Nigel Wagg.
Nigel.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, man.
You are the
Fuck
fucking man. Right?
Probably going to watch this tomorrow, and I'm super thankful for him. He might be upset at some of the cursing, but it's all
Okay,
right.
well, let's say Nigel.
Sorry, but
good job, son.
You did an amazing job.
You've been a very good father.
I'm super lucky to have him in my life, and my whole family's been very supportive of it. Especially
That's awesome.
Josh, I would ask you this. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
to have a father like that, who has been that supportive. And by the way, let's just stop right now. We're on YouTube. You can say what you want. I mean,
Yes.
to have a dad like that, how that has to have given you inspiration. Yes.
Well, it did, especially because a few years ago, before we moved to Florida, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I was a kid. I was like 19 when he first got it, and was a real thing, and it didn't really kind of click for me, but over time it's really kind of become something that I understand more. And the fact that he has come and done all of this stuff for me through that, it's me how much he really, really does care, how much he really pays attention, and it's absolutely insane to have someone like that on my sidelines. And that was
it must be incredible.
I wanted to do that for him. Like I in my story was, there's, if you get to the end of the qualifiers, there's 2 warped walls you can go up to hit the buzzer. There's 14.5-foot wall, and then there is the 18-foot wall. That's the mega wall. If you make it up the mega wall, you get $10,000. And that, my story was, if I make it up that mega wall, the $10,000 is going to him because he's supported everything that I've done, and I wanted to do. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But that's the goal again for next year.
It didn't happen yet.
Didn't happen yet.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, please tell us your dad's name.
Nigel.
The whole thing. His whole name.
That's it.
Nigel Wagg.
He does
Just
not.
Nigel, let me just say, I mean, my God, son, you are a great father. You've made a great son. Congratulations. Well done, sir.
Thank you guys.
Josh, I just want to say one again. Thank you so much for coming on, especially at your late hour. It's been a privilege to hear your story. And
an honor.
My gut feeling reaching out to you was like this was going to be something very special and different, and absolutely was. I want to thank you for being so open and candid and honest, and incredibly inspirational.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you
really,
so much.
It really, really means a lot, and it's such a pleasure to get to talk to you and get to know you a little bit. So again, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure for me. You guys were wonderful. It means a lot that I just get to be invited to these things, that I get to share my story with people. It still doesn't feel real to me. I'm very thankful for people like you, and I am very thankful that I get to be here with you guys.
Anytime that you want like bring something up or let people know stuff, just let us know, and we'll have you on again in a heartbeat.
Josh, it is our honor. Thank you so much. I mean, really, thank you so much.
Thank you for the kind words beforehand too. Before I was even on, you guys didn't have to say anything at all, but y'all are just nice. I appreciate y'all.
Well,
same here.
You have honored us, sir.
The honor is all mine. Thank you, gentlemen, so much.
And thank your girlfriend for being so understanding and staying up with you as you did this. So
she is. I think she finally went to bed. But
well,
look, I want to say goodbye. I will say, Josh, thank you for being here.
And thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
My God, yes.
We'll talk to you soon. And you cut him off.
I didn't cut him off, Dave. I mean, like
absent.
Yes.
What a great guest. What a great guest.
Dave,
Rob,
let me thank you so much. I mean, Josh, he was great. He was great.
I knew.
My God, I mean, what an inspirational guy.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Maybe not NPR cool, but still pretty cool.
What the fuck? What, you at NPR? I mean, like, look, you know what? I would like either I'm too drunk or I'm too erudite.
You did get a little sloppy there and ask his dad's name several times.
Well, I just want to make sure his dad was recognized
after he said it. So
okay.
Anyway, it's all good. Oh Rob, can you hold the court for a minute while I take a little bathroom break and
bit of Waz? Yeah,
and get back
because we have super chats and
I know. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
My God! All right. You know what, Dave? I'll tell you what.
Thanks again, Josh. Really, if you're watching, if you're not, when you watch it later,
he was tremendous. What a great guest.
Watches later.
By the way, Dave, go
great
piss.
Job.
I am now here. Hi, everyone. I am Robert Meyer Burnett. This is my channel. So anyway, let's go back and let's see what people are saying. My God. hang on. Well, some people. Swag props. Cal. Swag props. My God. My God! I can't. Anyway, swag props is. I have to say, one of the great people of the post-geek singularity is swag props. I mean, like, people like Rob, look, the man makes magic. Just saying. He does. He makes magic. So Swag Prop says, No Time to Die is pretty much on par with Spectre, especially considering it's a direct sequel to the latter. Even the theme songs are similar. I know. The writings on the wall. I know. Hey man, it won an Academy Award. What do you want to say? And as much as I hate Spectre, I know. Come on, at least it had a proper gun barrel logo and a kick-ass pre-title sequence compared to No Time to Die. Cal, yeah, I'm not a fan of. I hated No Time to Die, and you know what? Everything you said was correct. It's 100%. I mean, I did not like it. And by the way, I that said, I love every James Bond movie. I do. I love the Bond franchise. Now, apparently, what people don't get is that I love James Bond. I do. I love the entire franchise, and it might not be great, but I love the Bond franchise. I love every James Bond movie. I mean, and for me, it's like my love is here, and then the different films are there. Dave. Oh, Dave is right here. Dave, I really need to pee. I need to go drain the main vein. Can I like put you on screen and have you take over? Oh my God, thank you. You, by the way, Dave, you are full frame.
I'm full frame.
Dave,
Full figured.
yeah, full. Just there's lots of people that want to ask you questions and shit. They can't.
All right.
I would say this, Dave. As I'm gonna go grab my urethra and feel good about it.
And splash some cold water on your face.
I know, right? I would say, Dave. Dave, you're now the star of this show. Please tell all of our viewers. Tell them the stories of what does it mean to be a Hollywood player. Come on, Dave. You can do it.
All right. Go on. Oh, okay, he's gone. He's gone, guys. We're all safe now. We're all okay. Y'all all right? Hey. Goodness. Whew. That Rob. The Lord of Libations. He's living up to that name tonight, isn't he? Bill Barclay says, have I seen the new Doctor Who trailer? No, I don't watch Doctor Who. I just never got into it. I have nothing against it. Just never got into it. Not one of my things. I'm not going to talk about Bond because I have not seen the new Bond film, and I doubt I will hate it as much as Rob. But I think my theory is this. I think Rob, because Bond and that science fiction show that he really likes too, that I won't name, was such a fundamental part of his childhood and growing up that I think he's actually incapable of actually liking anything new from those two things. That's my theory of that. My favorite death metal band is Behemoth. I have not seen Venom 2. Thank you for liking my room. looked for questions he never answered. I don't know which questions Rob didn't answer. So hit me with your best shot, guys. Dave, Kylie or Kim Richards? Oh, old school. Ooh, it's which one's in Halloween and Halloween Kills? Whichever one's in Halloween Kills. Aren't they twins? They're both pretty good. Talk Malignant spoilers. No, I'm not gonna spoil movies for you guys. Just watch them. You had an entire month or so to watch Malignant. What the hell's wrong with you people? I have not seen Blumkamp's Demonic Swack. I didn't hear great things about it, so it wasn't something I was going to rush out to see. By the way, guys, Swack Props is here in the room, and I just have to say, I ordered a Christmas gift from Swack for someone. It wasn't for me, but he made this amazing replica of a book, as he does, and the man was blessed me with, so nice, and I'm getting it framed as we speak. Diagrams to the lament configuration from Hellraiser. Just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Pat Finch, what is your opinions on Iron Butterfly and Def Leppard? I like both bands a lot. I probably know more Def Leppard than Iron Butterfly, to be honest. Here we go. I am by myself, Andre. You're going to have to deal with it for a little bit. Rob's back, but hold on. He's not back yet. Dave, so if I understand, this new Halloween movie is a direct sequel to the 78 film and then one next year trilogy. Yes. Halloween from 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. They're all part of a trilogy that just connects to the very first movie. Bill Barclay, did I watch VHS 94? Haven't watched it yet. I hear good things, though. Did I see the new Licorice Pizza trailer? I actually didn't. I know that's Paul Anderson, not W.S. Anderson, but Paul Anderson's. Hopefully it's good. I know he's going back to the Valley with it, so that could be cool. Rob's back. He's eating chips, but he's back. He's back, and I think we can bring him back on. He looks refreshed. And I hope.
Here's the thing.
I did the best I could, Rob. It was basically
people send us super chats. They pay money.
I know, but I didn't see them, and I don't know which ones you read when I was.
Neither did I.
Going to the.
But I think that first of all, I want to thank everyone that supports this channel.
Yeah,
via super chats and tips. And I watch you flounder. You did good. You did good.
Thank you. I'm getting there. I'm learning.
Well, I would say, Dave, that...
Wait. There's an important question here. NR asks. It's not a super chat, but he asks. Or NR asks. Dave, so what... So he asked are the new Halloween. So Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
They're all connected, so it's they're direct continuations from John Carpenter's 1978 film. But
they're not as cool as Phantasms.
But NR asks, Dave, so what are all the other Halloween ones than just independent ones? I know that with the Bugs masks was different. Okay, so the best way to explain it was there's multiple timelines now, and they've diverged and split off. So there's Halloween 1 and 2, and then that
the only good ones. And by the way, Halloween 3, different thing, fucking rules. 4K transfer.
Season of the Witch, which is an entirely different movie, and NR, you should just watch them. But the thing is, so the original continuity was 1 and 2.
Happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Shouldn't we wait until the show that we do on Halloween night, actually?
I don't know.
So there is the original group of movies, which was Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Then there was H2O, which got rid of 6, 5, and 4. And it was so there's a different timeline that was just Halloween 1, 2, and 7, which was H2O. And 8, I guess. Then Rob Zombie did 2 of them that were totally unconnected, except they did have Daniel Harris in them, who was in 4 and 5, but not the same character.
Which is very, very suspect.
Which was not the same character. Anyway.
No.
And now we have this new trilogy. It's all a mess, but they're all on. I think they're not all of them are on 4K now, but a lot of them are. But you know what? The reality is, guys, the only one that really matters is John Carpenter's original, and
from 1978.
Yeah, and
the original Halloween
and Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. The rest are diminishing returns. Really.
Well, Dave, okay. God damn it! Thank God we're here just together. Oh. By the way, can I just say let me just say, thank you for getting Josh, our guest.
My pleasure.
What a great guest!
It's always exciting to me to get to again. You get to meet new people that again. Luckily, very fortunately, doing this show allows me to reach out to people that I would probably never meet in my life. I would probably never meet an American Ninja Warrior in
probably not.
But life. But it's awesome that I did, and hopefully,
well, let me thank you. Let me thank you personally. I mean, you're the one that makes the show. You find guests, and I thank you because you've done it.
Hold on. The reality is, Rob, you do a show. Well, you do your show 5 days a week, pretty much on regular, and you're also doing John Campia's show 4 days a week as well, most of the time.
Yeah.
So you have a lot on your plate already. Never mind, you have the weekend shows that you do as well. So
the
it's
weekend show we're doing right now.
If I can alleviate some of that and bring interesting people on and stuff, it's definitely my pleasure because I get as much out of it as hopefully the people watching.
Yeah, Dave, I appreciate that. By the way, thank you. That's why we've been friends for 25 years. Thank you so much.
And I'm like Cliff Booth. I carry his load.
Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, but on the other hand, okay.
I didn't say I take your load. I said I carry it.
Well, you've taken my load too. It's fine. It's all good.
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Please.
I mean, I would say this. I would say, Dave, thank you for you get the great guests. I mean, Josh was a great guest. And you have brought us Jeffrey Reddick. I mean, you've brought us great guests, really good people.
But as much as they are great guests, and I'm glad. I mean, those are mining people from our friends.
Yeah, but you've actually reached out. Like you didn't know. But you loved Chaosium's music, but Mr.
Now
Smile,
come on. That's the thing. I started to reach out to these people, so that's what's exciting to me. Like having the opportunity and the platform to be able to reach out to people and go, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. I'd really like to talk to you, and I'd like to have you on the show to be able to talk." And I think other people would get into it, and I love the fact that, Eric O'Sullivan goes 2 dudes, 1 metal cup. Ooh.
Look, dude. I mean. Yeah. Look, here's the funny thing.
Stubble McShay
I have no
designated driver of this party.
I am not. Look,
Rob is like Dionysus, guys.
Yeah, I'll do anything.
The Dionysus of the digital world.
2 girls, 1 cup. 2 boys, 1 cup. Look, man, if you want me to do some scandalous shit, I will. But my entire raison d'etre is, look, would it make you feel good? If it makes you feel good, I'll do it. I'll put my tongue anywhere.
And
And hang on.
wait.
I
Let's not go there.
I'm really good at it. Just saying.
There, yes,
What,
you've
Dave?
made that, you've established that before.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Good Lord.
don't take my word for it.
I won't. Yeah, bring Elizabeth in and let's have her say.
Oh, she'll well, she's sleeping now, but you know what? Dave, the real question is that do you care about your partner? Do you want them to have a great experience? I think in this day and age,
my thing is this: I know I'm going to get off, so of course whoever I'm with comes first.
yeah, me too.
Literally,
Me too. And by the way, when I joke about being a cunning linguist, I mean I'm telling you, there is a skill set you need to develop. Like
That's why you can roll. That's why you're better at. You can roll your R's.
By the way, she and I are just friends.
That's true.
I've never gone full. I wouldn't, nor would I. You know what? I love her. She's so great.
Rob,
I love her.
She's a delight.
Complete delight.
A delight.
Yeah.
Rob, let's throw
Dave.
some stuff out there. A little metal thing. Your thoughts on Rob Zombie doing the Munsters? Like a little light. Let's do a little light.
Okay. Well, hang on. We have many super chats. People have been firing in.
Okay. Well, let's get to those.
Well, no, but I think you asked me a great question. What do I think about Rob Zombie doing the Munsters? Dave, I'm not a fan.
I am, and you know why?
Why? Please.
Because I follow Rob's Mr. Zombie's Instagram, and they're shooting the movie in Hungary. And
is that a good thing?
well, yeah, because they'll get more money out of it. But they have literally recreated the backlot at Universal and Mockingbird Lane, and they've recreated the Munsters house exactly the way it looked like in the original Munsters. Exactly. They have built the entire thing. The thing is this: everyone thinks it's going to be this foul-mouthed, like R-rated thing. Rob Zombie is such a fan of the Munsters that I think this is going to surprise everyone. It is going to be this affectionate, beautiful, wonderful tribute to the Munsters that's going to surprise people. And I think what he's really doing is making a gateway movie for young fans to get into horror. And I think it's going to be really surprising to people because everyone's perception is that he's going to just do this foul-mouthed, X-rated kind of thing, and I don't.
Wow,
think he is.
Dave, my God, you know, I love you. I've loved you for 25 years more plus, and I can't believe, I when I think about Dave Parker, I think of a dark, swirling hole of horror and terror. But what you just said was very, like, you're like, oh my God, it's gonna be awesome. Like I'm like, Dave Parker, like talking about greatness and positivity.
The show has changed me, Rob.
Has it? This show has it? Really?
Doing the show has changed me. It's absolutely changed me.
Come on, man.
You already know I'm writing the script because you're talking to people and everything else. I sent you another one.
Well, to be honest,
I am recharged. I am like
Dave,
Tinker and Shocker, man. I am fucking recharged.
Okay, let me just say, you actually sent me something, Dave. You sent me something that I love. I love.
It's pretty cool.
Rotten Apples.
Yeah.
Now I won't play it. I mean, I could play it right now.
No, don't play it.
But my God, dude, can I just say that we've known each other for 25 years. Why we aren't making movies every month, I don't know why. But my God, you sent me your Rotten Apples presentation. Let's call it that.
I sent you the script,
Dude.
written by Jared Rivet, a friend of mine.
Yeah,
a
bruh,
lookbook
dude.
and a rough animatic.
Okay. I mean, by the way, anyone watching this right now, I'm going to crowdfund this shit. And Dave Parker and I made the Hills Run Red. Let me just say that I'm actually not crowdfunding. I've never thought about it. But Dave Parker has a project called Rotten Apples. And you know what? I want to produce it. I'm just saying that, like, other people that I've been involved with, they can't do shit. But we do. We make stuff happen. We make dreams happen. And I'm not going to say I'm going to crowdfund anything. But, my God, Dave, Rotten Apples fucking rules. I just want to make that movie. I want to see that movie get made. Don't you?
Well, of course. I've been pining away for this movie for a couple of years now. And Liquid Blake, it is a Halloween themed movie.
Oh my God, it's so, dude, it defines Halloween.
It's so Halloween.
It's so good.
But let's get to the super chats, Rob.
Oh well, okay, Dave.
Our great moderator Tom Jr. Jackson said, "Don't forget the super chats." So let's hit those, and then we can
Well, okay.
on.
Swack Prop says, Dave, how do you feel about Swack Props?
Oh, you were gone when I already.
Oh no! Stop right now.
I expounded the praises of Swack Props while you were gone to the restaurant.
No, please go on. Talk about Swack Props.
No, I already said that I ordered something from Swack and it came this week, and it's a Christmas present for someone else, and he also gifted me this amazing piece of the Lament configuration from Hellraiser that is absolutely stunning, and I'm getting it framed now because what I've decided, I have.
Dude.
Well, that's already on. That is already on display. The Sutter Kane book is already on display. But I've decided, Rob, also that I have so many film posters, because that's the main thing that I collect now is film posters.
Sure.
But I don't have enough room to keep to display them all. I do have this amazing frame that I can open up and switch out the frames very easily. So I do that. Right now I have an original one sheet for Something Wicked This Way Comes on display, which is amazing. But I've decided, like, the main, like, where I showcase most of my artwork is in my hallway. And I decided I want less posters and more original artwork, and what Swack sent me, this Lament configuration diagram.
Dude, come on.
That's going on display there. So less posters, more art that is incredible, like what Swack does. I mean, if I had all the money that I could possibly want, I would be buying out everything that Swack does. But I will say this: we have to hire him to do an original book prop.
Oh no! You know what? You and I are going to make a movie, if only to make Cal from Swack Props to make a book in our film.
Absolutely.
I have to say that one of the great joys of this channel is to meet people from around the world.
They are so talented.
Oh my God!
The amount of talent that's in the room right now.
Yeah, and I have to say, for look, man, don't think of this as like I'm not denigrating anyone else, but my God, Cal, Swack Props, the work that he does is beyond exemplary. I mean, this guy is. He is so good at what he does, and here's you know what I love about Swack Props is his intellect. Like like if you ever thought like someone's like no one's ever gonna make this, Cal
He does.
Cal thought of it. He already got it. He was like, "Oh my God, Rob, I know you love The Ninth Gate, but have you seen the 3 different versions I've already made of it?" He already knows. He's already there. I mean, he's in a very different country than here, but my God, he knows his shit, dude.
Oh,
I mean,
no, he's
right?
on. He
Right?
he works on another level.
Dude, right?
Quickly before we get to the super chats, just a couple. And guys, we'll get to the super chats. I promise you.
No, we will, but
Hold on,
can we talk?
But yeah, but I wanna like hit a couple things. One, NR, who's always asking great questions, asked me what my favorite non-horror movie is. Rob.
Well, Dave, I don't know the answer to that.
My favorite movie. Well, there's 2. But I will say this is my favorite non-genre.
This
film.
is my favorite movie.
Rudy,
Come on, really?
the Sean Astin football movie Rudy.
Oh, I know the movie.
Yeah, with Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. That and Sean Astin. That is my favorite movie non-genre. And if you haven't seen it,
I love her. I can't argue. Who can argue with you? It's a great movie.
This is the thing, guys. I cannot watch that movie with anyone because I'm a fucking mess by the end of that movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch it. You don't have to be a sports person. It's about going after your dreams, not saying no, and going after it. It is incredibly inspirational. It's beautifully made. The score by Jerry Goldsmith is one of his greatest scores. It has the last great performance of Damian Karras.
Yeah.
Jason Miller. The last great performance of Jason Miller.
My God.
It's what's who played Prosky in Christine? The guy who runs the car place.
Oh, the shitters. Oh my God. I want to say Robert Prosky, but it wasn't him.
It is Robert Prosky.
From Thief.
Yes, it's Robert Prosky. He's also in it. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, the thing is, what I love sports movies. I love Rocky.
Okay, wait,
I love Rocky. I love.
Wait. Can we stop right there?
Mm-hmm.
I love sports movies. I love them, and let me ask you this: you and I are genre fans. We're horror, science fiction fans,
right?
So, but my God, some of my favorite movies of all time are sports movies. I mean, North Dallas 40, or Any Given Sunday, or Semi Tough, or like Rudy, or why is it like? And by the way, I have a theory about this. My theory is this:
they're under the best movies, I think.
Dude,
across the board, the greatest movies are underdog stories.
Ooh.
Across the board,
totally. And I would say this. I mean,
with any genre, Star Wars is an underdog movie.
Totally.
Luke Skywalker is an underdog.
Dude, I mean, Luke Skywalker is Star Wars is a movie about a farmer and a truck driver.
Yeah,
that's it. Who are asked to step up.
Major League is one of the great movies of all time.
Oh my God, dude!
One of the great comedies of all time. Field of Dreams, The Natural.
Hang on.
Slapshot.
No, wait. You can't do this. You cannot. You can't go Field of Dreams and Slap. No, those are different kinds of movies. I mean, Dave, I love you, But you cannot say that Slapshot and Field of Dreams belong in the same sentence. You can't do that because they're very
sports
different
movies,
kinds of different
They're-
kinds of.
but that's the beautiful thing. They're still sports movies. They're still
No!
they're still underdog movies. And
Dave.
the thing is, like, look, the greatest show right now that is airing is Ted Lasso,
I know,
and it's an underdog story.
It is, but
It's many underdogs in that.
look,
in that series.
Dave.
Miracle with Kurt Russell, amazing movie. Rocky, of course.
Dave, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not. I'm like, I'm with you 100%. Like, I want to be like, oh my God. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, you kind of are. Because here's the thing. Everything you brought up is about winners. But winners, I mean, the entire methodology of sports genre films is that.
But Rocky wasn't a winner. He didn't win at the end of Rocky.
Okay, that was. You crush my. You know what? My metaphor. Fuck that shit. You know what, Dave, fuck it. Let's drink some more and have some more time on Midnight Metal. My God.
Let's dive into those super chats, man.
Okay. If you say so, Dave.
I'm saying so. I'm
yeah,
saying so.
well, oh
and then we'll get back to the shit. Shit.
All right. So Alvaro Bazan says, and by the way, this is actually kind of interesting. He says, or she or they, I don't know. Alvaro says, born in 1997, which, by the way, was when New York was a walled maximum security prison. I was born in 1997. My 5 favorite things from my era are Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Quantum of Solace, and Die Another Day. You know my name. And one is Quantum of Solace. Is sexy. Die Another Day has character, art, and it's bold. That's what Alvaro says. Okay, Alvaro. You, my friend, are amazing. Because, by the way, Quantum of Solace fucking rules. I don't know why people, like, it's become like the dark,
the bastard child,
dude.
Of the Craig movies.
Can we talk about Another Way to Die? The greatest Bond song ever. I have a slick trigger figure for Her Majesty. It's so good.
I've only seen Quantum of Solace once. I have not revisited it yet, and part of me feels like before I see No Time to Die that I need to revisit the
all of them. Yeah,
before I go and see the new one. Just because I know that, even if it's not like a lot of deep dive interconnected stuff with it, that there's going to be stuff that I'll get more out of it if I'm fresh on all the previous Daniel Craig movies.
Look, Dave. No Time to Die is beautifully made. It's amazing. It's an amazing film.
But Rob,
it's terrible, but it's beautifully made.
But Rob, you and you'll argue this right now. But I have a theory about
me
that I shared when you were using the restroom, using your bathroom. My theory is that because Bond and that certain science fiction show were such formative things in your early life, and it becomes so valuable and important to you in ways.
Dave,
you can't say the word. You can't say the word. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. You're banned. You're banned from saying it. Can't say it on this show. But I think that inevitably these things are destined to disappoint at this point with you, because there's so much, you have so much history, and there's such importance that they're, unfortunately, they're just destined to disappoint. That's just my theory.
Can I say?
And I'll bring it to a horror dork version of it that I'm sure I'm going to be disappointed by the new Halloween. Those things are destined to disappoint because Halloween was such an important, integral, and very good movie.
Dave.
For me.
Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I just sent, if anyone wants to join us for a live chat.
Oh.
I just sent that out. If you want to join me and Dave Parker, where I am about to eviscerate everything he holds dear.
Oh, shit.
You can join us.
But we should...
Dave.
Yes.
What do you think? Hey, man. You know, I sent the rendezvous link out. I mean,
right.
my God.
But is my theory wrong? Completely wrong? You're going to eviscerate me on that theory?
No. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It was just, like I said, it's just a theory.
Well, Dave, I would say we have somebody who's going to join us. Tom Jr. Jackson. My God, Tom.
I know what Tom's gonna do. He's gonna make you read the super chats.
Oh no, we come on now. We will. Oh my God.
Hey,
we
Tom.
will. Like, so, Dave, say hello to Tom Jr. Jackson. Come on.
I just did. Hi, Tom. Good to see you again.
Tom, good to see you. Hang on. I'm gonna put you into the show. My God. You know, it takes a minute.
I also think that, part of the, I thought Casino Royale, that Daniel Craig was having a little fun with it, and the subsequent movies.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, okay.
Everything is too serious.
Dave, I don't know what to say to that.
The Mission Impossible movies are better movies now.
Bruh, come on, seriously?
Yeah.
For real? I mean, for real?
Yes.
Come on, really?
Yeah. Yes. The Mission Impossible movies are better movies now.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say to that. What I can tell you.
You like those movies better than most of the new.
No, I'm bringing Tom Jr. Jackson into. Wait. By the way, it's not Josh Wagg. Just so you know, it's Tom Jr. Jackson. Just hang on. So, Tom, welcome to Midnight Metal.
One of our fearless leaders.
I have to say, you were talking about sports movies, and recently I saw a video podcast, and it was Stallone's daughter interviewing him.
Oh my God, that is the greatest fucking podcast of all time. Just so you know.
And it was the first one he's ever done, and they're asking him all about his life.
What? By the way, was it not great?
It was awesome.
The best thing I've ever seen. By the way,
he talked about Rocky, and he goes, "If I hear one more person call it a sports movie, it's not a sports movie,
dude."
And I think what happened was it's basically a romance between a broken boxer and Adrian. But the boxing overshadowed the movie. That's what I think, is my opinion of it.
Well, what I'm saying
is one of the greatest boxing movies.
Again, what I'm saying is, like, Field of Dreams isn't exactly about all baseball. What I'm saying, when I categorize the things as sports movies, there is the wrapper, at least, of the sport within it. Sometimes it's directly, sometimes it's not, but I still love those stories.
Yeah, Field of Dreams is basically about that lost time,
and trying to reconnect with a man's father.
Right.
getting that time back that he never had.
Yeah, but hang on, Tom.
Yeah.
I have to say one of the greatest things I've ever seen on YouTube is Sly's daughters interviewing him. It was amazing. I mean, a lot of people don't know. It was amazing.
Yes,
And
amazing.
He. They think that had he not gone into doing acting and whatnot, he probably could have been a stand-up. He finds himself funny. They don't find him funny. But I think the greatest story that was told on there was one of the daughters bringing a boyfriend home, and she thought she'd get a kiss. And just as the guy goes to kiss her, he looks up, and there's Stallone on the balcony with the bathroom light backlighting him. And he's like, holy shit, is that your father?
Dude,
goes,
I mean, it is.
But again, I have to say this: Sly has changed in his twilight years a little bit. He's softened a little bit. I knew his son Sage.
Yes, Sage. And by the way, I mean,
and there's a lot that people, like for the horror community, Sage did an amazing amount of stuff.
And by the way, if you bring him up, I would like to give him a moment of silence. I mean, he is Sage Stallone did an amazing amount of work. Grindhouse releasing. I mean, my God,
that broke Sly a bit.
No, it did, and it was incredibly sad. And Sage was a really talented guy who had his demons, and it's incredibly sad. And it's he's gone way too young, but he was such a nice man. He was such a really good person.
He really was. And by the way, his work, the work he did lives beyond him.
And I really suggest that people try to find, and you can probably still buy it through Grindhouse releasing. He did a short film that starred Clu Gulager from Return of the Living Dead. If people know who Clu is, and you should. Sage directed this thing called Vic, which is absolutely devastating and really amazing. So, yeah, Sage had his problems, he had his demons, but a really good guy. And for the horror
great guy.
For the horror community, we would not have Lucio Fulci films the way we do now.
No one would know the Beyond
if it wasn't for him and Bob Murawski.
No. And Dave, thank you.
Sorry to bring it down, guys. But
no, Dave. That was by the way, a beautiful tribute. Thank you.
It was. Wasn't Sage in Daylight as well?
Sage was in Daylight, and he got the effects guy from Zombie and the Beyond to work on Daylight because they shot that movie in Italy.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Giannetti De Rossi, who is also no longer with us.
Hey, Rob, I saw No Time to Die yesterday morning.
And
we can't talk about it. I haven't seen it. We can't talk about it.
Okay, well, I just want to say...
Dave,
sorry.
No, I'm not going to spoil it. I just want to say, Rob, I saw it, and I really liked it. And I got to go on Martini's Guns and Gadgets and talk with them about it.
Martini's Guns and Gadgets. That's a Bonderific podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it's part of the Post-Geek singularity. I mean,
it is?
I think it's great you did that.
Yeah.
I as you know, my opinion differs from yours.
And I respect that.
And Tom, do you think my theory is right about Rob?
which theory was that again? There are many theories.
Say what you want, Dave.
The theory that Rob is so connected as part of his childhood of the science fiction show and Bond that I think now he's grown incapable of actually, and his years in the business, that he's incapable of liking anything that comes from that world.
Okay.
I think he's passionate.
Well, there's no argument about that.
And I think it's that passion that fuels that. Well, how he sees it, and it's a great opinion. It's his opinion, but like he said, discovery could be someone's.
First of all, fuck all y'all.
Gateway into the bigger world of Star Trek, and it could be. Someone could say, "Oh, so I like this. Wait, there's more. What's more? Oh, there's that."
Tom, I love you, but you can fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Just saying.
Hey, hey.
And by the way, Tom
nice.
Jr. Jackson is one of my most favorite people in the world. I love him.
I know. So be nice.
Rob has now become the meme that I made of him.
No, but here, Tom Jr. Jackson.
Rob, I respect your opinion.
Don't try to be the bully, Rob.
No, I don't want to try to be. I am the bully. I'm like, Tom, fuck you, and Dave, fuck you too. Fuck all y'all. And
I'll be in the corner crying.
I know, right? I mean, Tom,
Tom, you know what I think?
Tom, you know I love you. I love you. You know that.
Rob, you're the best.
And you are the best. But I will say this: fuck you and your opinion about Star Trek and James Bond. Kiss my ass. Fuck off. I say that.
Kiss your ass.
Wait.
Kiss your asp. Your ass.
Hey, you know what? I say this with great respect. Okay, listen,
Rob,
you guys. Listen. I mean, it's just sometimes.
You're gonna get canceled if you start doing that.
Sometimes. You guys. Listen. And what are you gonna do? Like make fun of the trans community? What the hell? I mean, look.
I'm driving this fucking car now, and Rob is in the back trying to go change the radio, and he's like leaning over.
Yeah, hang on.
Rob, get back on track here.
Dave,
super chats.
Okay, here. You know who one of my favorite people in the world is?
Connie saying
that. Yeah, actually, that's well, yeah. Connie, yeah, she is. I mean, I wish I met her 20 years ago. I mean, Connie's saying yes.
Who else? You were gonna say someone else.
Yes, I was. You know what? I won't. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Let's go to the super chat.
Let's go. There's not a lot. I mean,
super chat. Well, you said there were
roll
many.
that bean footage.
Yeah, let's.
Oh my God. Laugh all you want. Okay. You know what? Emma Bannon. Let's talk about Emma Bannon.
You have chips on your shirt, Rob. Just
what?
There you go.
What kind of chips are you eating, Rob?
Doritos.
No, that was.
Because the chat has been asking, what's wrong?
Can we talk about Emma Bannon? My favorite, one of my favorite people in the world.
An arch nemesis of Dieter.
Did she send a super chat?
I don't know. Probably not.
Then we can't talk about her.
I owe her like $1,000.
Jesus Christ, Rob. Let's not get into that.
She sent me so much shit from the UK.
She's going to learn.
I'll pay her.
The hard way.
Oh. The hard way,
hey,
yes.
Careful.
I mean, by the way, you just gave her like memes from yeah.
The Lord of Libations. Let's get back to the super chats, pal. And then
Dave.
we can go on.
Okay. Oh my.
Back on track, Rob. Come on.
Okay, Dave. Whatever you say.
Guys, I would do it, but I can't scroll that far where the super chats were. Only Rob has that power.
Wait. Alvaro Bazan says, Born in 1997.
You read this one.
Oh, there you go. So
Yeah.
Tom Jr. Jackson, our own Tom Jr. Jackson sends a super chat that says, and Rob has that epic pick yelling at clouds. By the way, do you know why I have that pick? Because Tom Jr. Jackson made the picture.
Yeah, I figured.
For me.
Rob keeps talking about it. And I know there was this one picture of Rob that went perfectly with it. And I said, I got to make this meme. I got to do this for him. And I keep putting it off.
Oh, my God. You did. And, okay. So, Dave, Ron C. sends a super chat. Ron C. says, morning, metal gentlemen.
Good morning.
I rewatched The Hills Run Red.
What's that? That Western from 1962?
Come on, Dave. Dave, don't you try and stop. Dave, how did you achieve the effect with a woman between the trees? And what type of camera did you use for the film? Cool cliffhanger, and I can't wait to see the next film. Dave,
well, I think we achieved it rather poorly because we had to use CGI because the makeup effects company, most of that effect of the tree thing was supposed to be practical, and the makeup effects team that we had hired and brought to Bulgaria was not prepared at all in any sort of way.
And me too. We went to bat for them.
Yeah, and they kind of fucked us. So we had to use CG, which was, again, at the time, and our budget level was not going to be great, but we were kind of stuck at that point. So we had to use CG. So that's how that was achieved, unfortunately. And we shot on 35 millimeter film, actual film, that entire movie.
I would say this, Dave. We we stood up for people that did work for us. We were people that were like, oh my God, you guys, we got fucked.
Oh
And
yeah,
that was
no, I
right.
know. And the thing is, what those people didn't realize is how it put me specifically in a bad light with the line producers there, which then
by the way, me too.
which allowed them to railroad us. I mean, these guys were so incompetent that we started on set making bets that their effects wouldn't work until I finally got so frustrated that I took effects away from them and gave them to the Bulgarian makeup effects artist, who was also the beauty makeup artist on our film, Yana, who did
Crushed it. She was so good.
everything. She did everything amazingly.
And by the way, can I just say that, like, I mean, for me, producing a movie at the studio level, I called in all my favors and all that. And by the way, Dave, you crushed it. You did a fantastic job.
Well, we tried.
No, you didn't try. You did it. It was great. But for me, I'm like,
and as a follow up, Charlie the Unicorn asked, "What's the cost difference between CGI and practical?" Well, we already spent the money, but the problem was that the effects didn't work and they were not prepared. So our only option was to do it CG,
Yeah.
which was cheaper, but it still cost money.
well, no, it wasn't cheaper. I mean,
We still came in on budget.
oh,
if not
we did, but
if not a little lower.
no,
but
but
yeah.
Dave, I mean, let's be clear. As someone who produced this movie, we didn't bring it under budget. I mean, we had to spend a lot of money to do the work that should have been done on set
Yeah,
by
And-
the
and
people
thing
we
is-
we
and the-
hired. Like,
And the thing is, I wanted to do all this stuff practical. but it just wasn't. It just wasn't in the cards.
No,
So,
and
yeah.
and
And it's unfortunate.
yeah. By the way, it's been 12 years. I'm still pissed. I'm like
I literally have not spoken to any of these effects people from the states that we hired since
you and I
since I left Bulgaria. That's
you and
how bad
I spent 3 years getting this movie made, and the effects people, we signed on. We went to bat for them,
we did.
and they fucked us.
But at least they did hire Jim Cagle, master sculptor who worked on John Carpenter's The Thing,
Yeah,
to sculpt Babyface, and they didn't get that wrong. At least that was there. So
No, they didn't. But Dave, I mean, they didn't do. They cost us money, and they cost your vision
yeah, no, they
on set.
They affected a lot that they didn't realize that they did, but again, it's now 12 years later.
I know,
There-
but
there-
but
there's
you
a
know what?
point where- there's a
I know,
point where
but
we have to let that go. And
it's
and move on.
it's yes, you're right. But you know what? You know what we did? We stood up for them. We got them a job, and here's what I can't stand. By the way, kids, anyone watching this stream, here's what I don't like. Dave Parker and I've known Dave since the early 90s. We work really hard. It doesn't matter what we do. No one has ever paid us what we're worth. But we work hard. We work really, really hard. And yet, no one ever pays us what we're worth. And we're cool with that. It's fine. Well, we're not really cool with it. But we still work. We still do what we do.
We do.
You bring 100% to it.
We do.
What-
Well, of course, because that's the only way we know how to do it and everything, and that's the way we feel that it should be. And the thing is, you just start to find out that not everyone looks that way. And the unfortunate aspect of that is when you have the means
Yeah.
to give someone a chance, we're going to be less open to that because of our past experiences with other people. And we're gonna want to go with the the tried people who have actually like proven themselves and done the work, just at least as much as we have.
Yeah, but let me, Dave, let me ask Tom, my friend. I the entire time, 2.5 years, the Burnettwork or the Post-Geek singularity, you have been a stalwart member. I would say that you are a success story. You're somebody that I think we all admire. Is that not true?
Well, that should have. You know what? Yeah, I would say that. I get a lot of nice compliments from people. I get it from you. As a matter of fact, I was talking to my brother yesterday about you, Rob, and I was like, it makes me wish that my father was still around because he would get a kick out of hearing that some guy that works in Hollywood, is friends with me and says all these nice things about me, and he would get a kick out of that. My dad would, and my brother got a kick out of hearing about this stuff. And it's an honor to be able to talk with you, to talk with Dave, and just to hear you guys talk about your stories of making movies and stuff. And not a whole lot of people have that kind of access to people that work in Hollywood. You show us what it's like on the inside, the stuff that we really want to know, and you really can't ask, Spielberg this because he's busy and
Well,
his thing.
I would say, Tom, I mean, I wish I could talk to Spielberg, and Dave and I
think we
like.
all do.
I think it's our honor to have you here.
Absolutely. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this if you weren't here. It just none of this
100%.
exists. None of this exists without you and people like you actually giving a shit to hear what two fucking idiots who are drunk most of the time have to
Well,
say.
Dave, come on now. but I would say Tom. Tom.
One drunken idiot and me.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. But Dave,
Take a bow, Rob.
But you're not wrong. I mean, I would say Tom. I mean, look, you and I have become friends because of this channel, and there are very few people that have been as supportive as you. It's amazing.
But it's
now,
like you always say, Rob, everyone has a story to tell. All you have to do is listen.
Yes.
And Tom has a story to tell.
That is correct. And by the way, I mean, Tom, I didn't know his story until recently. Tom, you're a fucking warrior, man.
Oh,
I mean, seriously, you survived. I mean, you're still here, man. And don't think that you're just. I mean, what you have done, you've survived.
Well, no,
death.
Not only
to be amazing.
I understand what you mean.
Survived and yet now have thrived.
Yeah. Well, yes.
That's the important thing. You keep going. You keep trying.
He's here right now. Look at Tom right now.
You keep thriving, and that's the thing. If there's nothing else we can impart, and I love the fact that when we have guests on everything, that's the slant of this show is keep going, conquer your fear, face your fear, conquer it, keep thriving.
Well,
against monumental hurdles and mountains.
Tom,
of
you had a physical issue, and you had to it was like, well, you have to deal with it or not, but you dealt with it, and you're alive now.
And I'll be honest, there were days that I did get upset, and I wouldn't say annoyed, but it just felt like, oh, why am I going through this? And I think it made me not only a better person, but a stronger person and a more wiser person for at least, and to, just take what comes my way. And I'll admit it, some days I get people who say things to me that aren't nice, and I could say something back to them, but I don't, because why?
Okay.
Dude, you could be dead. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like
you're a better person than they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. But I'll tell you this: what's really worth it is just taking things day to day and accepting them for what they are and enjoying every moment.
Well, the reality is
to really do that too.
The reality is that's all we actually have control over, and the thing is,
we only have this moment.
The worst thing you can do is worry about the past and worry about the future. It's It's pointless, everyone. It's pointless. You have no control over either one of them. The only thing you have control of right now is now. Now. You could have,
Speaking of the future, Rob, is there a Let's Get Physical Media today?
Of course.
Yes. What? Of course. Yes. My God, sir. Yes, there is.
Today.
It's like, of course. It's
because I know you got something really special going on later today as well.
Oh my God. Yes, I'm going to see Dune, but Tom, this is why I love you, man. Do you think here's what I would say. One of the great things in my life is doing Let's Get Physical Media with, lest we forget, Dieter Bastian from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. I love doing this show with him. I love it.
He's a delight, and he'll never give you shit like I do.
Oh no! Come on, are you kidding me? He gives me so much shit. theater bashing like completely gives me shit. And by the way, both of you.
Oh, next week.
Hang on.
This coming
Dave
week, I'm coming
Tom.
to you, Rob. I'm coming to you, Rob. I'm coming to you. I'm gonna sign that fucking disc. I'm gonna get that Ragman fucking Blu-ray.
Oh, bro, come on, man.
This week,
I will make that fucking video. But I have to say, I mean, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom and Dave. You know what's great about this is we have a community right here. Like Tom, Dave. From my perspective, you're both in little windows. You're across the country, across the planet. But
the 28 known galaxies, perhaps.
Yes.
Far and wide.
Rob, I don't like the word community.
Really?
You're not a fan of that?
This is midnight metal. And I'm metal.
It's fucking midnight.
Rob, I'm metal. And my life.
Are you? But are you really, Dave? Are you?
Oh, fuck you. I am. And you know what? I live my life.
Just kidding.
I live my life, and I have since I was a
one
kid.
step. One.
No. Hold on. I live my life, knowing that I'm a part since I was a little kid of the Kiss Army. This is the post-singular army.
Okay, you know what? You asked me to like dip into the super chats, and I went to Tom Junior Jackson High and bring him here live.
Don't forget that Kiss was on the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
That's right. That's right, motherfuckers. They were.
Okay, Dave.
Have you ever seen? Have you guys? If you folks out there have never seen exquisite acting?
Oh my God, it's
campiness.
awful. It is the worst, most painful Halloween special to get through until Kiss goes on.
But then you also have Margaret Hamilton in it.
You have Margaret Hamilton. You have Florence Henderson. It's just a fucking train wreck of a Halloween special. It's the Star Wars holiday special of Halloween special. But it's so much better because it's got Kiss.
Okay, hang on, kids. I mean, Ron C. already talked about Hills Run Red.
Yeah.
Stubble, hey, our friend Stubble. By the way, I love this guy. I've loved him for years. Stubble says, Dave Parker is obviously the Sultan of Slashers. The Sultan of Slashers? Well, I mean, like, Dave, if that... By the way, that's a really good... The Sultan of Slashers. So good. Look, I will put that on the channel, but I need the graphic. I need Dave Parker being like, the Sultan.
With curled pointy shoes?
Whatever, man. Look, Dave... If you are the Sultan of Slashers, send me some artwork.
Should I be in a bloody red carpet?
Dude, I don't know. Somebody, like, all of you, here's your task. Send me artwork. Dave Parker as the Sultan of Slashers. By the way, that's fucking dope as fuck. I mean, I'm like, I will talk about that. You know, I was not like the existential Mr. Rogers. I didn't come up. People bequeathed that to me.
You didn't become the Lord of Libations?
No, dude. Well, that was tonight. Like, tonight that happened. I mean, the fact is, if you, Dave Parker, are the Sultan of Slashers, my God, give me the fan art. I will put it up and we will show it.
Oh, I like
single Saturday night. I mean, my God.
Bunyan Snipe said Phantom of the Park has Kiss too, Dave. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, but that's a little. That's.
I have a wonderful Blu-ray copy that's letterboxed of Kiss meets the Phantom.
By the way, Bunyan Snipe is a fantastic moderator, but you must understand. Like, my God, I mean, you know, you can't just throw out the most obscure shit ever and have us go, oh my God.
Also, speaking of Kiss, if you guys haven't seen Scooby-Doo and the Kiss Mystery that came out several years ago,
Wow,
you're really missing out. You really are, because you know what? Before Thor Ragnarok, that special movie with Scooby-Doo and Kiss had Jack Kirby inspired artwork.
All I can do, Dave, is bow in front of you in awe. My
It's
God,
amazing.
Yeah.
And so many in-jokes and so many nods to Kiss songs and everything. It's incredible. Yep, I said it. Incredible. Scooby-Doo and Kiss, like a fine wine. And cheese, like a fine wine and cheese. They just go together.
Well, what you've done is Tom Jr. Jackson has just, he's looked at you in awe and thought, my God, Dave.
The Sultan of Scooby-Doo.
Oh my God.
There we go.
So here's the thing, Tom.
Scooby-Doo's the greatest.
Tom, as you
greatest.
might know, I'm going to just here's just us, just so you know. There it is.
Oh,
Right, Dave. It's just us.
it's
Tom
just us?
Tom Jr. Jackson is waiting in the wings.
Again?
Hey man, what here's what I would say, Dave. It's midnight metal.
It's midnight metal.
It is us fucking going, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. And we had a great guest.
We did.
I would ask you, Dave,
Yes.
the idea of what midnight metal is all about is it's about being who you are, forthright, and
100%.
so,
100%.
yeah, and you have to be somebody you will never compromise. So I would ask you this. I mean, we've done this show for almost a year now. So Dave Parker, what does it mean to be metal? What does it mean to be midnight metal? What do you think? How do you define yourself as that?
Finding and embracing the things that you love and not apologizing for them and not trying to conform to what other people deem is acceptable.
Huh, I love this.
Being true to what you love and using that as an inspiration to make your own dreams come true. No one can tell you not. No one can tell you that you can't do something if you don't allow it. Every single person here can go after their fucking dreams. You just have to believe in yourself. And that's the metal spirit. And that's so much of what is in metal music. If you really listen to it, it is about going after your dreams and saying fuck you to the man and not conforming and being true to yourself. That's, to me, what midnight metal music, this entire thing is about, whether you listen to metal or not. That is the spirit of what the show is to me.
Well, Dave, my God, I mean, I have to say that that was.
You didn't expect that, did you?
No, I didn't. I to be honest, I had a very emotional reaction to what you said. I mean, I've known you for over 25 years. I mean, a quarter of a century. and the first time we ever worked together, I was cutting a trailer for Spirit of the Night, and you taught me something about, well, if you have a swinging light, you taught me how to cut a good trailer. I didn't have that skill set.
Here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. You had it inside you, but the thing is, at that time, you wanted to just make the other people happy, and I get that. But hold on. But the thing is, you've taught me things. The bottom line is, your gut is always going to be the real thing that leads you the right way. Trust.
But I have to say, like, my skill set was not, it wasn't there. You actually taught me actual techniques, and which, by the way, I didn't know, nor would I have ever known. And you said, just do this. You actually increased my skill set. You made me know something I didn't know.
And you have increased my skill set. And the thing and you have, I mean, with interviewing people, with reaching out to people, with, you've thrown me into the deep end of the pool at times where I had the most insignificant job on a film, a massive film. And yet I had to, and there's nothing, what you find out when you're doing behind the scenes features for a film, you find out that you quickly realize that your job is lower than a PA. The PA actually contributes something that is more than what we do. They actually contribute to the making of the film.
Hold on.
We're just covering it. We really are. We are supposed to be invisible. We're supposed to be a fly on the wall, except for the fact that we have to become friends and get to know every department. That's something that you didn't teach. You threw me into the deep end, and I had to do that, or you had to sink or swim at that point. But the thing is this. The only person who can tell you that you can't do it is you.
Yes. Yes, Dave. I agree with you. I mean, although I would say this, in 1994, we were all broke. We were all owed money from Full Moon.
Sure.
And we had dinners with Marv Wolfman and Harlan Ellison. I mean, it was amazing. And even I went with Charlie. I watched him buy $30,000 of comic books. And
it was still the best Comic-Con I've ever been to.
Dude, me too. I mean, you and I met Tanya there. Yeah. I mean, it was so. I mean, it was the greatest. The 1994 Comic-Con. I met Mark Altman.
You met Mark Altman, which really changed the course of your life.
Yeah, it did.
Very significant, but forever.
Yeah, I mean, my God.
In very, very powerful and good ways up until then when it didn't.
Yeah, but still, it was great. And even Brenda, I met a girl that I couldn't believe existed.
who became Audie Anglin in the movie.
Well, yes.
And Tanya was amazing. She was incredible.
I mean, it's very funny.
She was incredibly nice to me.
She was
She was a powerful, confident woman.
Yeah, and yeah, right. I mean, I still know her.
That's amazing.
It's so. Oh my God, I'm getting all
We've
wrong.
had. I forget.
I would say this,
I
Dave.
forget where the movie, which movie it was. Is like, we've had many adventures.
Yes, and I would say this. I mean,
And we
here's
will
the
have
thing.
more.
Life. Our lives have been fucking great. I mean, really.
When you really look back at it and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
and, you know,
we have had a great time. Haven't we?
But I will say this. You know, I haven't really started to appreciate these things. And Tom, I'm sorry that you're not here, and I'm just letting you know.
Well, we can bring him back. I mean, Tom.
Yeah, we look like everyone.
Oh my God,
We've had very hard.
Dave,
times.
let's bring Tom back. Come on,
Let's bring him back because he
Tom,
can be a part of it.
you, my friend, are in the show.
Oh, I like this. Oh, there's someone on the chat named Ashy Slashy who said, I just want to meet Bruce Campbell at some point. Ashy, I've had the privilege of working with and interacting with Bruce before. And you know what? All I can say is this. He is everything that you want him to be. He is amazing.
By the way, Dave, you're blurry, but I would say,
I am. Shit.
Yeah. I would say, you know, me. I spent a summer working on Army of Darkness with Tony Gardner.
I did go to the set of Army of Darkness twice.
I only worked for Bruce Campbell. It was amazing. He was amazing. It was so good. I
There's a great
loved
documentary
him.
out with him in it. It's a great documentary called, I think, Hail to the Deadites.
I haven't watched that
so
yet.
good.
Oh, but if you guys are looking for a really amazing film documentary, there is now on Tubi TV. It's called The Wolfman's Got Nards. It is the documentary about the Monster Squad, which if you aren't watching it this Halloween season, you're doing something wrong.
Well, no, I get it, but like, you know, Dave, I mean, here's my problem with all this. You know, you and I, we have made great documentaries, and no one will pay us what we're worth. We've been completely devalued.
We know this. No one's paying what anyone's worth now.
What? So, doesn't that piss you off?
No, you move and evolve. It's just the way things are. It is. It's just the way things are. Here's the thing. What good is getting pissed off about stuff from back in the day about now? What good is it doing us? Rob, you're moving on. We're moving on together. We're moving on. We're gonna fucking make new movies.
You just had that great Tango Salome come out, Rob.
We're gonna do cool. You're doing cool shit. We're gonna do more cool shit. That's all that matters.
Okay,
you're
Dave.
Really awesome stuff, Rob.
Sorry, Tom. What'd you say?
He said you're really doing awesome stuff.
No, you're gonna.
Yeah, stuff, absolutely. But here's the thing. I know. We need to get paid, man. Like, don't we need to get paid, Dave? Don't we?
It'll come. I'm getting paid.
Okay, that was 30 years ago. I mean, my God, come on.
Look, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid to edit right now. I'm getting paid very well.
Yeah, well.
So I'm not getting but look, I'm not getting paid that. I'm not getting paid, or I'm not getting the offers to direct right now and stuff like that. It'll come, or I will reach the point where I'm like, I'm done.
Well, they don't know you, so.
But again, that's on me. It's my choice. That will be my choice. And that's the thing that I want everyone to know. The only time, it's over and you give up when you say it is. Not when, not when anyone else
Oh
says.
my God, you're correct.
And the thing is, there is no time limit, guys. The guy who wrote the King's Speech was 72 and he won his first Oscar. He was 72. Had you ever heard of him before? Have you even heard of him now? But he was 72. It's not over until you say it's over.
Well, Dave, yes. I mean, my God.
When you stop trying, then it's over. But if you love it, if you're passionate and that passion can stay, you're going to do it no matter what. No matter what fucking hurdles, no matter what financial challenges, you're going to do it. And that's all that really, at the end of the day, matters. You're all smart enough to take care of yourselves as far as paying rent and eating.
Well,
and
Dave, yes. I agree. Well, one day.
He hates to agree with me. He's like, oh God, why is he making why is he making so much goddamn sense? Damn it. I'm not used to this. Dave doesn't talk like this. What the hell?
The pontificator of philosophy. Dave.
Oh my God, in a world. Dave,
I'm the Dragon Slayer of Doom.
Well,
Man,
Dave,
they
I
got
mean,
Right.
so, kids, my God. Apparently, they all left. They're all gone. I would say this. Oh, hang on. Wait. No one's coming back. I don't know where they are. I would say this. My friends, the people I know, the people I love, they are amazing. But at the end of the day, if you want to be extraordinary, you need to do the work, man. You work hard. We all do. Like Dave, Tom Jr., Jackson, all of us, we bust our asses. You know, you will never be extraordinary unless you work hard. And make sure that everything you do, please be excellent. If you're not, I don't know what to say. All I can say is that, like, oh wait, hang on, no one is coming back. Be excellent. Be awesome. Make yourself someone that no one can be better than you. That's how you get ahead. I mean, come on. In a world,